it do, baby? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. In the place to be. Today's lab. I'm discombobulated right now because I raced over here. You know, we was grilling and stuff. Well, I wasn't grilling. I went to get some food, and it was last minute. It was about a half hour away, and I raced back over here. So I'm not even prepared for this lab. Today's lab, Static IPv6 Routes. If you got the book, it is page 494. Challenge lab number 7. I think we should, there's only 3 tasks for this lab, so we should be able to knock this out. 2 routers, back to back. I already have the terminal server powered up. Where we at here? Home lab, router 1. And what they got? I guess router 3. But they called it router A and router B. So go ahead and cable them back to back. I'm gonna bring up the topology here in just a second. Yeah, I know typically we stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, today we starting on CPT time. We started at 8:05 because, like I said, it was a holiday today, and you know, I was went to play ball, had the day off, went to go chill, get some food, and I didn't really get to do a practice run or anything, so. Got S Move in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. We got Pete S in the building. Kobe, happy Memorial Day. Hear me loud and clear. Good to go. Good to go. You think by episode 77, I'd have it right by now, right? Y'all hit me with that like button though. Being that I was able to get the microphone going. Let me get the light going here. Y'all can see my face. Bloop. All right. What else we need? We need a topology. These guys are awake. It's actually gonna be router A and router B, right? So I'll go ahead and change the host name already. I know we got to do at least that, right? Router A. Other guy's going to be router B, right? Go ahead and cable them back to back. This should be a simple lab, but I haven't done 3 IPv6 in a minute, so he's router B. Y'all let me know if for anybody that's in the IT field right now, that's working as an engineer or a network analyst or doing something with networking. Let me know. Are you guys, is the organization you guys work at, have they fully adopted IPv6? Y'all let me know in the comments below or in the chat room over there. Please let me know. Now, I'm not saying that IPv6 is not important because obviously it is in the CCNA exam, it's in the CCNP exam, and it's obviously in the CCIE lab. So we have to learn IPv6. My question to you is, the organization that you work at, have they fully adopted IPv6? Have they fully implemented IPv6 yet? I highly doubt it. I know the company I work for, I'm not going to say what their flaws are, but no, they don't use IPv6. So, but like I said, it is important. And y'all know why it's important, right? Because with IPv4 address space, we ran out of IP addresses and stuff, right? Let me bring this bad boy up. I'm going to bring up the topology in just a second here, and then we'll get started. So, you know, there's a couple last minute stragglers that tune in late. So I'm giving them some time. I'm just making excuses because I walked in late. Y'all remember how it used to be in college, right? You give the professor about 10 minutes before you can walk out of class, and you just hope he don't come in. That way you can show up late, right? But nah, we here today, man. And I know I said I was gonna stream all weekend because I was like, man, I ain't got nothing to do. I ain't got nothing really planned. I'm gonna just be streaming. All we did was we did an extra bonus lab on Friday, the Freestyle Fridays, where we basically came up with a topology on the fly and used up all of the technologies that we learned throughout that week, which was NAT overload. We did ACLs. We also worked with static routes. We did TAC and radius, but I haven't been able to use that appliance yet in GNS3, so that's why I did not add that to the lab. But we was able to come up with a whole topology using all of those technologies, and kind of got stuck at one point. And with that lab, what I learned was you don't have to apply the ACL to the interface when you're tying the NAT pool to that ACL. That's what one thing I realized, because the ACL is just a list. You don't really have to apply it like I thought you did. When you have it tied, it's being referenced by a NAT pool, and it's using that ACL to make matches with. So the interface is just another object that can use that ACL. So y'all let me know if that makes any sense or whatever. But that is definitely something I learned. I want to try to keep that up. The Freestyle Fridays, that was definitely fun because we had to just come up with things on the fly. We got my man Pete S in the chat room over there that threw in a topic. He said, hey, why don't you throw in some DHCP in that? We did that too and got a little stuck, but we was able to get it going, right? It ended up being a GNS3 bug, but it is what it is. It was fun, man. So I'm gonna try to do that more often. The only thing is, on Fridays I usually have my daughter and stuff, so I don't want to, be streaming all day. It's like, Daddy, I want to play. Quiet, girl, I'm streaming. Right? So, but, I like doing this with y'all. This is fun. I'm kind of passionate about it. I'm learning a lot here, and I'm also teaching a lot here, too. So there's a lot of newbies in here that be asking me questions, and I'm happy to answer them and stuff like that. So I think we're good to go here. I hope you guys are good to go. Go ahead and just get 2 routers, just like this right here. Cable them up back to back. Back to back. Let's see here. We'll go with green for now. So 2 routers, router A, router B, cable it back to back. What we're gonna do is work with static routes, right? This is the I guess that would be the subnet for this network right here. We're gonna create 2 loopbacks on router B right here, right? Loopback 0 and also loopback 1, right? And give him that IP address right there. On this guy, we're just gonna have a physical IP address and give him this IP address. And he's gonna be .1, so really .1 right there, right? That make any sense? What else we gonna do here? I believe we're probably going to, just by looking at this, I believe they're gonna make us create a static route to point to that loopback, and also a static route to point to this loopback right here. And then I don't know, maybe they'll throw in something funky to kind of throw us off, because this is a challenge lab, and for those of you that are just tuning in, this is where we get the labs and stuff from. This book called 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net, or there's a link in the description box below. It is an affiliate link, so I do get commission if you get it from there. And y'all know how much I love that book. I promote it like it's my book. Also, I am going to be holding a giveaway, doing a giveaway when I reach to, I want to get to about 5,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. So if you guys can spread the word, go on Cisco Learning Network, go on some other Discord servers, which by the way, I also have a Discord server. Let me go ahead and share that with you guys for anybody that's new. Where am I at? Boop. Invite people. Invite. That is the Discord server. Professor Black Ops said it's too expensive. IPv6 has better security. What? So IPv6 has better security. You're saying it's too expensive to adopt it? Is that what you're saying, Professor Black Ops? Because I have yet to, like I said, I've worked for several agencies. I worked in law enforcement. I worked in education. I worked in healthcare. I currently work in education. None of those agencies has IPv6 adopted, fully implemented in their organization. So, and like you said, maybe it's too expensive. It is expensive to kind of migrate to that. But there's like you said, it's better security. There's more addresses available, right? With IPv4, I think it's like 4.2 billion addresses, right? 4.2 billion addresses, right? In the IPv4 address space. You think, goddamn, IPv4. 4.2 billion, right? Let me make sure. Let me fact check that real quick. How many IPv4 addresses are there? I was right there. 4.2 billion addresses, right? That's billion, right? Right? Thousands, 100,000s, million, billion. So 4.2 billion. You think that's a lot of IP addresses, right? Right? No, we ran out of IP addresses around 2000. I want to say 2011 or some shit like that, right? And we had to adopt things like NAT overload, natting. That's probably the primary way, and also VLSM. There's so many things that they invented to allow us to continue using IPv4 to this day, right? It's kind of like ways to recycle IP addresses. Well, how many IPv6 IP addresses are available, right? 340 trillion. That's a lot. You would think 4.2 billion was a lot, right? No, we ran out of IPv4 addresses. So that is, like, think about it. You got cars that use an IP addresses. You got microwaves that's using IP addresses. Internet of Things, right? You've got doorbells using IP addresses. You using, obviously laptops, cell phones, everything is needs an IP address to get onto the internet, right? Well, IPv6, there's just way more addresses available, and like Professor Black Ops mentioned, it's better security, and like we said, there's just way more addresses available in IPv6, and that is why they got us learning these long ass addresses like this, because there's way more available. But like I said, I have yet to, like I said, I've been in this field for about 10 years. I have yet to work for an organization that has fully adopted IPv6. But needless to say, we're here to take Cisco exams and stuff like that, because I'm a Cisco fanboy. We're going to take the CCNA exam, CCNP exam, CCIE lab, all that stuff. We have to learn this shit. We have to learn it, unfortunately, right? Not unfortunately, but this is something we got to learn, right? So PS said they wasted millions just by classful networks before subnet. That is very true. Before they came up with variable length subnet masking, where we could use different masks with different classes. So yeah, good point, PS. But yeah, too expensive to adopt. Yeah, I think so. I don't know how though, because nowadays there's so many devices. Even this old ass router I got right here. This is y'all know I like hardware. Y'all know I'm a big hardware, right? So I got these. These are my routers right here, right? But they are both physical routers. I have an 1841 router, right? The other one's also an 1841. I believe this router came out in what? Let's see, Cisco 1841. We'll get to the lesson in a little bit. We'll give some time for some people to come in, right? This router came out in, I got the data sheet right here. 2000 and I don't know, but it's an old ass router. Release date. Let's just put that. Let me put that. Release date. The 1841 came out in March 2011. I thought it was older than that. No new features. I don't think that's when it came out. Public EOS announcement. So that's when the last sale date was 2010. I believe this router came out in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. 2006. Either way, damn near 15 years ago, right? This old ass router is available. It has IPv6 available on it. So I don't see how it would be too expensive. If you already have, they probably already have, like say, for example, the job that I work at, they already have routers and switches and all those devices that are capable of using IPv6. Are you saying it's too expensive to migrate to it? Because like I said, all of the devices that we have are most likely capable of it. So yeah, I heard that too. What did he say? He said, I think T-Mobile uses IPv6 on their team. I believe so. Good point. That's a very good point, Kobe. Matter of fact, I have a T-Mobile cell phone. I'm going to check right now. And then we'll start. Let's see. Very good point. I think you're right about that, though. Connectivity. As soon as I'm done with this, then we'll get started here. About phone, network, IPv6. Yep, I have an IPv6 address for my cell phone. So very good point, Kobe. And I do have T-Mobile. So, and then I have my private, I have an IPv4 address as well as an IPv6 address. So very great point. All this shit I'm talking and my cell phone right here in my damn pocket uses IPv6. But like I said, that is an ISP, right? So that is different. What I really meant to say is, as far as a private corporate network, which one of those guys, like which one of, does anybody in here in this chat room work for a company that actually has adopted IPv6 fully? So either way, challenge lab number 7, again, page number 494. Let's go ahead and get started. IPv6 static routing is not specifically referred to in the exam syllabus. Let's see. I said I know we'll get started, but I want to see, because I thought IPv6 was for sure on the Cisco exam. Let's see. Exam topics. I'm pulling them up real quick. He said it's not in it. I find that hard to believe. I find that really hard to believe. Let's see. Real quick. I know I said that a million times, but real quick. This is exam topics, right? Let's just Control F, IPv6. Yes, no, it's in there. I don't know what the hell he talking about. Configure and verify IPv6 addressing and prefix. We got to compare the address types. All this shit is definitely on here. So maybe he's referring to the old one. I don't know. But he says static routing is not specifically referred to in the exam syllabus. So not static routing. Addressing and prefix, but not actually routing with IPv6. So, okay, I didn't read that fully. Static routing is And IPv6 is also, so you, what he said? He said static routing is, and IPv6 is also. So you might be tested on both together in exam. Rather than watch a video solution, he provides show runs. All right, whatever. Configure the topology above. So let's go ahead and do it. We need to configure, where we at? This router right here, this physical interface. He's going to be .1. So this address, .1. And then we got to do the same thing on this serial interface, that address, .2. And then we're going to have to do that loop back and give him that IP address. He's also .1. And this address, he's also .1. But notice he is in a different subnet. Y'all see that? Pay attention to that right there. He's BBB. He is AAA. So that's something we got to pay attention to. These are what I would call, I think they're called prefixes, right? So they're pretty much different subnets. Let's go ahead and get started, right? Router A. I know I'm leaving y'all in suspense here. This man's talking, giving us all this talk about static IPv6 routing, and he didn't get started yet. So my interfaces are different. Mine is interface serial 000. I hope you guys got even G or GNS3 or physical hardware like me and are following along with us. His IPv6 address. Here, there's something else I need to point out. Y'all see how focused I am with IPv4? I started to give this this serial interface an IPv4 address. We need to first of all make sure that IPv6 is enabled on here. That's one thing I remembered. So, and I think it is. We got to go global config mode, and I believe it is IPv6 unicast, something like that. Yes, unicast routing. That enables IPv6. That basically turns on IPv6. I believe it's off by default. Let's see. Show, run, and then we're going to pipe that to include IPv6. It is on there. So I guess it is on by default. Maybe on this specific router, or maybe I have it saved in my configs. So it is on already. Let's go to router 3 or router B. Make sure he is on as well. Show, run, include. Unless anybody knows any other show commands that'll let us know if IPv6 is on. See, he's not on here. So I just had it saved on the config over here. Remember, these are my routers, so unless I wipe them clean, now they're going to stay that way. So I need to actually turn it on this router. So IPv6 unicast routing, that enables it. So it was on, IPv6 was on in this router right here, right? Bloop, bloop, bloop. He was on, but he was not on this router right here. So that's one thing you got to check. Make sure your routers have IPv6 unicast routing. That enables IPv6. Now I can turn on, configure this IP address on this interface right here. That guy, he is configure terminal interface serial 000, and it is IPv6. And then you do address. Then you type in the address. His address is 2001 ABCD quad 1, and then notice there's a ... Anybody know why there's a ... there? That is a subnet, right? We got to put a .1 right after that. But remember, there's 8 octets in a. They're not called octets. I take that back. In IPv6, these little sections right here are not called octets. They are called. That's your pop quiz for today, because I don't know what the hell it is. They are not called octets in IPv6. There's 8 of them, so I believe they're not quintets or some shit like that. I don't remember. But there's 8 of them. There's 8 of them, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing 4 more over here. That's why they put the quad 0. I mean, these 2 dots right here. That just represents that there's 4 more there, but they're all zeros. That's the reason why we put, when they're contiguous zeros like that, we can put 2 colons just like that to represent that. So we can put the address as 2001 colon ABC. Oops. That's another thing about IPv6. It's more prone to human error because these long ass addresses and stuff like that. You gotta be really careful, right? So ABCD colon ABCD colon 1111 colon, and then we could put another colon and then 1/64. I think you can do. Boom. That's his address. We show our work with show IPv6 address or show IPv6 interface brief. We're so used to putting IPv4 by doing show IP interface brief. We have to do show IPv6 interface brief. Everything else that we're checking for show commands with IPv6, just make sure to put the keyword IPv6. Y'all see how I tried to put the address as IPv4 address. So notice we got this serial interface right here. That's it right there, right? That's the one we're looking for, right? We also got these 2 that are unassigned and they're down. We're not worried about those. We worried about this guy right here. But notice he's got 2, funky looking address. You got this funky one right here, and this one, the one we configure, right? This is what you call a link local address. This is almost like a 169 address with IPv4. We can use this to communicate locally within our network, right? That is automatically assigned, but this is the actual address that we can use. That's what's called our global address. We can use that to actually communicate on the internet. This address right here is not routable on the internet. We can't use this. We can't ping another. Well, we could ping the next door device, I believe. We'll see. But either way, that address is any address like that is not routable on the internet. We need to ping or use this as our source interface. We'll check though. Y'all run me that like button, please. What do you say? I gotta get caught up here. You're going to need to reconfigure your network 3-tier. Programmers were hard coding IP addresses. VLANs and stuff are gonna have to be reworked. Yeah, you gotta redesign the whole shit, man. It's like building a house. You got an architect. He builds the house for you. He got all the wood, all the foundation, everything. It's all stood up. Now, the bridezilla, the wife, comes in and she's just like, nah, I want to change the colors. I want to do this. I want to. That's exactly what that's akin to. She want to come in there and change it all up. Sorry to be sexist over here, but I couldn't think of a better example. But that is what it is when you're trying to have to restructure your whole IPv address scheme to be IPv6. Nonetheless, it is important, but like Professor Black Ops said, it is very expensive to implement. So, like I said, I've been in this field for like 10 years. I have yet to see an organization to use it or a country for that matter. I think there's like 1 or 2 countries in the world that they're not even fully implemented it, but they're like 55% or 60%. I don't even remember. It's like Denmark or some shit like that. Somewhere in Eastern Europe. But he said, interesting point. Let me see. I'm surprised we haven't ran out of MAC addresses. That is a good point too. I'm surprised we haven't ran out of them either. And they're all unique and stuff. So he said, but remember, MACs are hex like IPv4, not decimal. Yes, so there's a lot more. That's very true. IPv6 routing is not enabled by default. Really? Now let me ask you this: is that depend on the platform? I would have thought it is. Yeah, I would have thought. Let me see. Yeah, I would have thought it is not enabled by default as well. But how about a new device? Like, let's say you took a Cisco 9300 switch out the box. That's like one of their newest switches, right? If you take that out the box and you check to see if it's on by default, is it on by default? But that's a good point. You always have to turn it on. Well, if that's the case, I didn't know. Hex like IPv6, I mean, he said, yeah, 281 trillion addresses, MAC address space. I think we have enough. Yeah, I think you would think we have enough, but watch. 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years from now, we're like, damn, we ran out of IP address. They're going to come up with a MAC address IPv6 or MAC something version 6. I don't know. Watch. Just watch, man. Nobody would have thought the internet would have grown so exponentially, man. It's just crazy, right? There's a video out there I think you can watch right now where Bill Gates was being interviewed by, I want to say, Jay Leno? No, not Jay Leno. I believe David Letterman. And he's like, what's this internet thing? Like, what's and he's like, nah. He tried to blow it off like it was nothing. Right? 20 years from now, look at us. You're watching this stream and I'm teaching y'all about IPv6 on your computer, right? Nobody would have seen this coming, right? So anyways, we have a global address. We also have a link local address. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on this router, on that physical interface, and then give them these 2 loopbacks right here. Enough talking, right? I'm sorry, y'all. Did I give him the right address? I did it on the wrong device. Let me get rid of that. See, all that's talking, right? Let me get rid of that. At least we'll know how to remove an address. Interface serial 000. We'll not do that. We'll just fix it. IPv6 address 2001 : You see what I did right here? I gave him .1. Actually, I gave him .1, and I didn't even touch this guy right here yet, right? Remember? Because I was so busy talking. Let me get to work here. 2001 ABCD : ABCD : 1111 : .2/64. Windows shut that bad boy. Bring him up. Let's go to this router right here and bring him up. Right, he's router A. Go to global config mode. But yeah, I would have thought, man, I thought it was on by default, at least on the newer switches. But if you're saying all together, they always turn it off by default for security reasons, I would think that makes sense. But 0000, I would have thought at least on the newer devices they turned it on by default. At least on my cell phone, I don't remember configuring it, but it's on there. So, but unless you're talking about specifically IPv6 address, Cisco devices, 2001 colon A B C D colon A B C D colon 1111 colon .1 / 64. Show our work. Show IPv6 address. Actually, interface brief. Oh, you know we can do show protocols with this too, can't we? Down. And now he's .1 and he is let's see. Show IPv6 interface brief. I gave him 2 addresses. Interesting. That's another thing. You can put actually two more than one address. One IP address, IPv6 address on an interface. We need to get rid of that one because he's actually .2, right? And then .1 I need to remove because all this shit I'm talking, I ain't even paying attention. My bad, y'all. Interface serial 000, and then no IPv6 address. This guy right here. We're gonna remove that right there. Boom. Oh, you can't do that? Let's see. At least we'll know how to get rid of that. That's interesting. Now we're gonna learn how to remove an address. Link local? That's not what I want to do. Invalid. That's not a link local address. How the hell do we remove that? Anybody know? No IPv6. Interesting. Am I not on the interface? Interface 0000. No IPv6 address .1. That's rather interesting. How do we remove? This is something I'm gonna learn. This is gonna be new for me. No IPv6 address, and then you got to do the address. Oh, I guess you got to put in you got to put in the whatchamacallit, the prefix. You got to get rid of that too. So this right here, and you got to do /64. That gets rid of it. My bad. I forgot the prefix. So you got to do that too. Now let's do show protocols instead of IPv6. And now we can see, no, you can't see the IP address there. Can you do show IPv6 protocols maybe? No. Show IPv6. I guess you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to do interface brief. I thought there was another command we can see. Okay, now we only got .1. That one that we was looking for, right? This guy right here. So that is correct. And then the other one guy is ABCD quad 1 .1 /64, and then he has his link local that is assigned to us automatically, right? So I think we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and no shut that interface, right? Because right now it is administratively down, right? That should at least bring it up, and then we should be able to ping across at least interface serial 000. Damn, halfway through the stream, and we didn't even do any kind of pinging or any kind of. We're still on configuring IP addresses here. Show IPv6 interface brief. And now he is up. So the other side should be up as well. He is up, good to go. Task number 2. You will need to find the link local next hop address for router A to send the traffic for task 2. And that is the link local that I was referring to. This right here is a link local. This would be considered your global, I believe, unicast address, or maybe just your global address. I don't know what's the official term for that. But basically, you could use it on the internet if you want to, right? Then he says, this will be under the IPv6 interface for router B, which we will do that. Don't copy the link local address I use because it is unique to my router. Yes, I understand that. Check that you can ping across the serial link. So now they just want us to ping across. So from here to there, they want us to ping that address right there. And we should be able to. Well, not that address. We should be able to ping the link local address. So this right here. Yeah, that guy right there. So I'm going to go to router 1 or router A and try to do that ping, right? Y'all with me so far? Anybody lost or anything? He said, people are using IPv6 because the cloud vendors are already there. Most companies are migrating to the cloud implementations for new projects. Okay. I have yet to do any kind of cloud work or anything like that. We have cloud engineers in my job, so that is more of their realm. I'm more in the local area network. I'm in network closets and shit like that, dealing with layer 2 and shit like that. So I know we have like like transit gateways and just like routes, BGP routes and stuff. 2 are what they call VPCs and stuff like that. But I don't even remember seeing IPv6 addresses and stuff like that. But like I said, the cloud is not my realm. So, but good point. I'm glad you're pointing that out, Professor Blackhouse. He said layer 8 error, human error. Yeah, it was a layer 8 error, man. It's all good though, man. It's all good, man. Hey, at least we caught it. That's why we run our show commands in the middle of our work here, right? So let's go to router 1 and try to ping that local address. Oops, lowercase. Ping. Link local. Oh, you got to do ping IPv6, right? Before you do it? Yeah. Or else I'm just doing ping, just like that. Output interface. I want to say serial 000. Can you do that? No, you can't do that. Oh, you got to actually type in the whole word. So serial, that's what you want? Shit. 000. That's my output interface. And the ping went across successfully. So I was able to ping. We didn't even have to pray to the network gods for that one. And that works. Can you ping the global address? What happens if I try to ping that? He's directly connected, right? And they're in the same subnet. Let me try that real quick. Ping IPv6 and then the address. That works. Okay, good. But he wanted us to ping the link local address for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, for task 2. Duh. Task 2. Configure 2 static routes on router A so it can reach the networks on router B. So, being that we was able to ping from router A to router B just like this, right? He know about this network because he's directly connected to him, right? This network right here. That network right there. Oops. Come on. Black. Shit. He know about this network, right? It's directly connected. He got a physical cable directly connected to him. So he can get to that. He knows about that network. He don't know about these networks that's sitting behind router B. It's not physically, it's not right behind router B, but if you look at the topology, it is, all right? For any jackass coming to comments, it's not behind it, it's on the router. But you know what I meant. Stupid bruh button. So, and he doesn't know about this loopback right here. So basically, they want us to create a static route from here, so that way we can be able to ping that guy right there, and also create a static route so that way we can ping this guy right here. Let's take a look at our router table right now, see what he know about, right? Obviously, we should know about this one because it's physically connected to us, right? So show, remember, we're so used to doing show IP route like this right here. That's going to give us the IPv4 routing table, right? When we need to see the IPv6 routing table, guess what? We got to do show IPv6 route. Who the thunk, right? Show IPv6 route, and we have the routes that we know about, right? This one right here, like I said, the 2001 ABCD 1111 network, : right? Because it's directly connected to us via 000. So via this cable right here, right? We're directly connected to it. That's how can we know about it. We don't know about these networks because we ain't got no routes to them. So that's what we're here to do. We're gonna create some static routes for them. We have this right here. Notice this is L. This means it's a locally configured address. This is what we did. We wanted on this router, on that interface, and gave him this IP address. Remember? That's why I gave him that. Not too sure. I can't even remember why this is. That's because it's not subnetted. I don't even remember. But that's why we gave him that address. This, I believe, is what's called our... Is that the broadcast address? I can't remember. That's not like our... I can't remember what that is. I'm going to have to look what that is again. I need a refresher. Y'all know that's why I'm going back to the fundamentals because I can't even remember. That's not a broadcast address, is it? Anybody can give me some kind of refresher or anything? What the hell that local address right there is? Local... Let's see. What does it mean? It's a multicast address. So we use this for multicasting. That's a little too deep for us right now. At least for me it is. Right? I'm at the CCNA level, so we'll worry about that later. Task 2, configure the static route. So let's do that. Go to global config mode. We said to do a static route, it's very similar to IPv4, which is IP route and then the route, right? And then we do the route. That's how we do an IPv4 route. We need to do an IPv6 route. Guess what? It's IPv6 and then route, right? And then we type in the router? No, routes. We got to type it in. Actually, the word route. And now we do the prefix. So it says this is the prefix we want. 2001 ABCD quad A 111 and then .1. We can put .1, but I believe we want just the network. We can do that without the .1, I don't think. So 2001 : ABCD Y'all run me that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all ain't, subscribe to this channel. I typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And sometimes we'll do Freestyle Fridays where we take all the topics we learn from Monday through Thursday and then try to come up with our own topology, mixing all those topology and those technologies up on Friday. And then on the weekends, I usually don't stream on the weekends, but sometimes I'll do some streaming. If you want to know if I am going to stream, like a bonus stream on the weekend, then join the Discord server. There it is in the chat room right there. Huang said it is multicast. Yes, it is. So yes, you're right. It is multicast. I looked it up. I'm not well versed in multicast address, so I'm not going to do any explaining on that and stuff like that. But multicast is basically when you want, broadcast is when you send in traffic everywhere, right? Unicast is when you're sending traffic to one specific device. Multicast is like select few devices, right? If they match a specific, network, then you'll send it to this. Maybe you want to send it to this group of routers. They're in a specific multicast group. So we use that route to do multicasting, and that's what multicasting is. So, but multicasting can be a very deep subject, and the higher you, learn about this stuff, you got to learn more about multicasting and stuff like that. I just don't know that much about it. So we're gonna do static routes. Shit, ABCD quad A, and then 1111 colon. What else we need? Do we still need that last two? Colon again. Do we want to put that 1 and then the 64? Yes, because he said configure static routes to reach the networks. So if we put the network, we don't need to put the. Yeah, we do got to do that 1. No, we don't need to do that 1. We can just do /64 like this. No, we do got to do that 1. I thought because you got this colon here. Oh, because that's a .1, but. Either way, I would have thought, yeah, I guess we got to put that 1 there. What are we missing? 2001, ABCD, quad A, quad 1, colon, 1/64. Oh, you can't do that /64 like that? What's the sub? How you do it? You got to do /64 is what it is. You got to do space /64, space /64? Like that? Nope. What else am I missing? /64, and then... Oh, how you get there? Duh. The next hop. Or, so you could choose either the next hop or the outgoing interface, right? Which in this case, I think I'll do the outgoing interface. I was sitting here trying to when you configure a static route, you got to say, what's the network and the subnet you want to get to, and the subnet mask of it you want to get to. Then after that, you got to put in either the next hop, which would be like this. That's the next hop to get to this network right here. Or you could just say, what's the outgoing interface? Just like a IPv4 static route. In this case, I'm going to do the outgoing interface because I like doing that. Just because I like doing that. Wake up. Wake up, man. So maybe we can do that, right? 6/64. And then the next hop would be serial 000, just like that. There we go. So we didn't have to put that .1 because we're saying the network. This right here is the network address, right? That is just like that specific host, right? That make any sense? Missing next hop or exit interface. Thank you, Pete. Yep. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. No, because 1 would become a host route. That is correct, Pete. That is why you're a moderator too. That is exactly why. If I would have put that 1, that would have been a host route, and we're not trying to create a host route. We're trying to do a network route. That's why I circled this right here and not the 1. So we got to do the same thing on loopback 1 and create a route for this right here, right? And just like Pete said, if we add this 1, it'll become a host route. We ain't want a host route. He said to reach the networks behind router B, the networks. So we got to do the same thing on router A. So we say IPv6 route 2000. I was so hung up on getting that IP address network in there that I forgot about the damn next hop. So ABCD colon BBB colon 1111 colon /64. I'm gonna choose the next the outgoing interface 000, just like that, right? So in this case, I chose the 000, the outgoing interface, instead of using the next hop. You can do either way, but you want to try to be consistent. If you're going to use next hop, use it for both. If you're going to use the outgoing interface, do it for both. You want to try to be consistent when you're doing your static routes. You want to stay away from static routes altogether, but this is something we got to learn. So now task 3, final task. Jesus Christ. You would think I was on task 24 as much as I've been talking, right? Ping the loopback interfaces on router B from router A. So we got to actually try to ping this right here and that right there and hope that they work, right? Because we didn't have any routes to those networks, right? So theoretically, if we even check our routing table, we should see that we should at least be able to reach it and hope for 5 exclamation points, right? Let's check our routing table first before we try to ping it, and then we'll move on to the next lab. I think we should be able to do another lab. Try IPv6 route. Remember what it looked like before when I did show IPv6 route? This is what it looked like. We had this small ass routing table. He ain't know shit. He knew about this connected route right here, right? Which was this right here, that area. But he ain't know about this network, nor did he know about that network, right? Which is ABCD, BBBB, and ABCD, AAAA, right? See there? ABCD, ABCD, 1111. And that is the locally configured interface. That's that right there, right? Y'all with me so far? And then that multicast address that Juan pointed out earlier, right? So now our routing table looks like this. We got a little bit more. We got this S right here, which lets us know it is a what? Static route. It's a static route to what network? 2001 ABCD quad A 11, which is what? This right here. So that tells us right there it is directly connected to us. That's how we can get there using 00000. It's directly connected to us because we created a static route to go there. This right here lets us know, my bad. This right here lets us know the administrative distance is 1, right? Because static routes, the AD is 1, right? We manually configured it, so that's almost the best we can have. And then 0, I believe, is the metric, right? Same thing with this guy right here. That's the other static routes to the ABCD BBB network. That right there, right? That's the only difference between the two. AD is 1, metric is 0, and it's directly connected to us via 000. Let's go ahead and try to ping those bad boys and move on to the next lab. Y'all won't be that like button, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'm gonna be doing giveaways pretty soon once I get to about 5,000 subscribers. Bosan, and yes, I know I said this a million times. I'm in talks with him, but I finally got a hold of the marketing manager over there. He's gonna give me a whole bunch of stuff that I'm gonna be doing a giveaway. He gave me some promo stuff that I could actually use for my studies, you know, because I'm gonna be studying for the CCNP exam and stuff like that, Encore and an RC, and then he's gonna give me some more stuff to actually give away. So the stuff that he gave me right now for me. All right, sorry guys, y'all help me get to 5,000 subscribers, then I'll get that shit away. So now let's go ahead and ping this guy right here. We'll do IPv6 first, and then the first one was this one, and then we'll put a .1 because that's the specific host we're trying to ping. That guy right there. Pray to network gods. We got an unreachable, unbelievable. What are we missing here? Something's broken. Was there another task? Ping the loopback interfaces on router B from router A. You know what? This is what he said. He gave us this clue. I think the reason why that didn't work is because we should have used the link local address instead of this these loopbacks. So I think we configured those wrong. And what I love about this book is that they give us a solution, but I'm gonna stay away from reading the solution for now because I think that's what it is. So look, we got some troubleshooting to do, and this is why I like live streaming, because like I said, I don't know everything. That's why I'm going back to the fundamentals. These U's right here means unreachable. The shit didn't work basically, right? So we need to reconfigure these routes. I think what we did wrong here is we put the global address, the actual global address for these routes right here. I think what we should have done was put the link local address to get there. We should have used the link local address, the next hop for it to reach this. So instead of using 00000, we should have used the link local address that is on router B. Remember these link local addresses right here? I'll show you. Show IP, hold on, let's see. Show IPv6 interface brief. This is what we should have used as the next hop. So let's do that real quick. I'm gonna go back to router 1 and reconfigure these routes. Let's do a show run include routes. So that way we have them right there in front of us. My bad. And get rid of, we'll do this. I'm gonna go global config mode. We're gonna say IPv6 route. We'll see, we'll do this whole thing right here. Right? And then say to get there, use the next hop of this link local address. I think that's what we, and he gave us that clue at the beginning too. If I wasn't talking so damn much, I would have caught that. So this is the way we're gonna get there. Interface has to be a link. Let me see. It has to be specified for a link. That was the interface has to be specified. Huh, interesting. We definitely got some. This is why I'm doing a review here. Let me see. What was the interface? IPv6 address of the next hop. That is it. How about we just do the global address? Let's see. He said the solution is interesting. Gonna go for your CCNP? Yes, I am. I'm just kind of going back and with the fundamentals and CCNA and stuff like that. I took the route exam about a year ago. Failed it twice and then passed it. I took the switch exam, passed that on the first try, and I didn't have time to take T-Shoot. So I'm just going back with the CCNA fundamentals. And when I'm done with this book right here, which I'm almost done, there's only about, I think, 10 more labs, and then we're going to move on to the CCNP version of this, and then I'll go for the CCNP. He said you have to get the network. You have to get to the network before you can get the link to the link local. So, let's do this. Let me put the next hop as .2. How about I do that? And put, IPv6 route that, and then it's the same thing, but dot, to get the ABCD quad A, take the next hop of 2001 colon ABCD colon ABCD colon 1111 colon 2. So I'm gonna use the next hop instead of the outgoing interface. Let's try that. And that took it that time. Let me get rid of this route. Where is it? Where is it? I thought you had to use the link local address because that's what he said. He said something about the link local address. Pete actually looked at the solution. It's all good though. Don't let me know if I'm doing anything wrong here yet. I want to try to like fumble through this. Let me see. That's the one I want to get rid of. That first one. Let me get rid of that. So no this. And then get rid of that second one as well. Get rid of this one. That obviously didn't work. No this. And the next one's gonna be IPv6. IPv6 routes. I definitely need to do some more IPv6, man, because I haven't touched this stuff. When was the last time we touched this stuff in this book, man? Let me see. It's been since lab number. Jesus, we've done 101 labs. Lab number 43 was the last time we did static IPv6. Lab 43. This book has 101 labs, plus we're on the challenge lab number 7. So that's how long it's been. But that's no excuse. We should have got this. There was only 3 tasks here. A, B, C, D, colon, A, colon. What's the, one, no, my bad. This is the BBB one. So B colon 1111 colon /64, and to get there, take the next hop of this right here .2, which is which is pretty much the same thing. That right there. Y'all with me so far? Y'all let me know if I'm doing this wrong. If anybody else can see what my error is, if y'all want to point that out, let me know. But now it looks like I have ways to get there. Let me see if I can ping them. Pray to the network gods. Ping IPv6. What's the first one I want to ping? Let's ping that top one. 2001. Let's get rid of all this shit right here, because right now we don't have any happy faces. We got some sad faces right now because we can't ping for some reason. We don't know how to configure IPv6 address. Damn it. 2001 colon ABCD colon. I know it can be in lowercase. I know that, but I just want to do all uppercase. Colon 1111 colon 1. Do you have to do /64? You don't have to. Ping. We got some unreachables. I might have to go to the solution guide. I'm trying to refrain from using that. What he said. You can set solution. It surprised me a bit. I think you have to create the loopback interfaces. I did that. And assign them the IP addresses AAA and BBB. I did do that. So let me go to router B real quick and show you what I've got. Show Oh, I didn't do the loopbacks. What the fuck? Good question. What is wrong with me, man? I thought I did this. A, B, C, D. A, B, C. I didn't even do that. What is wrong with me? Okay, that's probably why. Okay, hold on. Interface loopback 0. Oh my God. 2001 colon. I thought I did these addresses. Did I not do these addresses? Or did I do it on the other did I do it on the other router? Let me see. Show IPv6 interface. Brief. No, I didn't put any loopbacks on there. I didn't even put any loopbacks on this, man. What is wrong with me? All right, so 2001, ABC. Shout out to Juan for pointing out the obvious. You don't have the loopbacks on there. I think you need to put loopbacks on there. Jesus Christ. ABCD. I could have sworn I done that though. A colon 1111 colon 1/64. Oops, IPv6 address. And then the same thing with the loopback 1 interface loopback 1. His IP address, IPv6 address is 2001 colon ABC. And I believe my first static route should have been good, man. BBB colon 1111 colon 1/64. How can I not do the obvious, man? What is wrong with me, man? Go back to router A and see if we can ping across from here and then from here to there. If not, if that don't work, I'm gonna change those IP addresses back to what I had before. And let's see, ping IPv6 2001 ABC A. You see, everybody's prone to mistakes, y'all. Colon A. And this is why I don't like those pre-recorded tutorials that I used to do, where I would edit my mistakes out and stuff like that, make me look like I'm perfect. Guess what? I'm not perfect. colon. And y'all can see how to remove addresses and stuff like that. And remember to follow the directions. 1. Let's see what and now we got a success. We got a reply. How the hell I'm gonna ping something that's not there? Jesus, man. Shout out to Juan for that one, man. Haha, greetings from Costa Rica. Man, shout out to Juan for that, man. How the hell, man? I could have sworn I created those loopbacks, but that's what it was. You can't ping something that's not there. I need to be paying attention. Now, I'm not going to make these excuses, but y'all know I'm trying to look at the chat room, trying to teach, trying to read from this book in these directions and stuff like that. Just come up with shit on the fly, hitting this bruh sound. It's a little difficult to multitask. But either way, we got it going. Let's try to ping the other one and move on to the next lab. IPv6. I was going to save it for tomorrow, but I want to at least try to knock out another lab, man. I want to knock out another one tonight. 2001 colon ABCD colon oopsie ABCD colon, right? We're doing this one now, right? Y'all see where I'm at right now? Right, and then we got to do that one, right? So ABCD B colon 1111 colon 1 ping, and we got to reply. Good to go, man. Yeah, so definitely shout out to Juan for that, man. I can't believe I forgot the damn loopbacks. What is wrong with me, man? 3 tasks and it took us a whole fucking hour. Next time y'all want to follow along, y'all get a copy of this book. It's called 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy from 101labs.net. There is a link in the description box below if you want to get it from there as well. That is an Amazon link, so it'll take you to Amazon, and you can get the book from Prime and get the book like tomorrow if you want to. It is also an affiliate link, so I do get commission from it. Experts agree that we retain only 90% of what we read, but I'm sorry, 10% of what we read and 90% of what we do. So that's why I'm always like trying to do this stuff hands-on. And y'all see I made a mistake and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a simple mistake. It was an oversight because I forgot to configure the loopbacks. I thought I did it, but apparently not. But either way, we got it going. So that is why I like doing stuff hands-on and stuff like that. Y'all want to move on to another lab? Let's see. Next lab is switch port security. There's 4 tasks. The next one after that is trunking and VTP. I wanted to get a lot of them in today, man, so that way we can knock this shit out, man. Because, let's see, the next one is challenge lab number 8. And then the last one for the end of this book is challenge lab number, I want to say 15. Let's see. Yeah, challenge lab number 15. There's 15. 8. We've done 7 out of 15, and then there's labs A through G, I believe it is, and then we're done with this book, man. He said for link local, Browning puts exit interface. That's what. Let me look at the solution guy, how he did it. Let's see how he did it. So he turned on unicast routing, IPv6 with IPv6 unicast routing. That's correct. And then on the serial interface, he gave it he configured the IP address correct. On the routes, though, he did, this is what's weird. So he put he said to get to those networks right here. He said to get to this network and this network, use the next hop. He don't say use the next hop. He said use the exiting interface of 000. And then he put the link local address right after that. So the link local address that's on here. I don't know what's the point of doing that. Not too sure. Not too sure. But I left out the link local address. If y'all remember, this is how my routing, if y'all want to compare to what I've got, show, run, and then I'm going to say pipe include routes, lowercase, so y'all can see what I did. That's what I did. I did pretty much the same thing he did, except at the end of it, he put, let's see. He said to get to that network, take to this. He said to get to this network. Oh, he used the exiting interface. I used the next hop. So I used the next hop to get to these right here. I used that, and then I said to get there, use that. If that makes any sense, right? Is that a fully specified route? The way he did it or the way I did it? Because I was able to ping those addresses, right? Yes, ABCD, BBBB. That's a good question. But in the solution guide, what he did was he put to get to this network, which is ABCD, AAA, 111, right? So this one right here, to get to that network, he said use serial 00. And then he put the link local address that is located on that right there. So when you go to router B, he used this address right here. Show IPv6 interface brief. He put that at the end of the route. This right here. Which is pretty much the same addresses. So I don't know. But that's a good question though. The way he did it. Yeah, I don't know. The way he did it, like I said, I'm not too sure why he added that link local address at the end. But in the task 1, he said, you will need to find the link local next hop address for router A to send the traffic for task 2. This will be under the IPv6 interface for router B, which is right here. And then he said, don't use mine. Don't copy mine because mine going to be different. But mine as in his. But I don't know. Either way, I was able to ping it. So maybe there's just 2 different ways. And this is why I like going back to the fundamentals. Now I know 2 ways to kind of create an IPv6 static route. You could use the outgoing interface, the next hop, and then add the link local address of the next hop. And I'm not too sure what's the point of doing that. But I don't know. Maybe there's another router behind it. I don't know. Y'all want to do another lab, man? Y'all let me know, because typically we wrap this up in about an hour, and we wrapped it up right at the hour. So the next lab is port security. Connect the PC to the switch port. Configure the port as an access port. And then configure the switch port as an access port. Put it in the VLAN 20. Add an IP address to VLAN 20 and a default gateway. Configure port security. Change the MAC address on the PC. Y'all let me know. Let me know. Juan said, yeah, let's do another lab. Let's do it, man. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to use Packet Tracer, GNS3, or hardware? Because I got all 3. Matter of fact, I got even G as well. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all put it in the chat. What y'all want me to use? Hardware, GNS3, or even G. Next lab is challenge lab number 8, switch port security. Page 497. It's a really simple lab, But then again, I thought this lab was simple. But then again, that's because I haven't touched IPv6 in God knows how long. I definitely don't use it at work. Apparently, I use it on my cell phone because I got T-Mobile. First one that says it. I'm going to go with that. I'm only in Packet Tracer. Juan is using Packet Tracer. Kobe's using EvenG. Y'all know I like my hardware, though, man. Don't do me like that, man. RM said he recently started EvenG. It's pretty legit. It is legit, but I don't know, man. Sometimes, can you change the? Can I don't know if I'll be able to change the MAC address on a PC on that device on that application. I'll be stumbling through Packet Tracer if I mean not Packet Tracer, EvenG, but that's what the kids are using nowadays. Let's see if I can get it going, man. Fuck it, man. We need a let me see if I can get it going. I haven't used Packet Tracer, Eve in a while. And we'll do this for my man Indrit over there. He hasn't tuned in us for a while. He's y'all know he in Kosovo, so he's hella time zones ahead of us. And he's asleep right now. And he's been trying to get me to use EvenG for the longest. Let me see if I can get that going. EvenG. Where you at? Should be up here. Eve. I need to power on my VM for that, don't I? VMware Workstation. Y'all know what port security is, right? Port security is a way to secure our ports. There's other ways to do it, but port security, switch port security is where we could kind of, basically harden our switches and our network devices by creating, it's almost like an alarm for when we have an unauthorized device that will physically plug up to our ports. There's many ways to do it. We can have it shut down. We can have it send us an alert, and it knows how many times port security has been violated, etc. Right? So, let's see. I want to open up that is PNet. I don't want that. I want what? It's EvenG VM. That's what I got to do. That guy right there. That's the one I got to power on, right? I don't know. I haven't used EvenG in so long. Let's see if I can get it going though. Let's see if I can get it going. Maybe just a minute here. Disconnect from all sessions. Yeah, sure. Why not? I can turn off my terminal server. Can I do that? What's the next lab? After that, we got. After that, we got trunking and VTP, and I want to use hardware for that one. Y'all know I like my switches, man. I like my 3750s. 64.136. So let's see. Now he should be able to get in. Boom. Let me in, homie. Don't do me like that. Do I have to actually log in for it at work? That's wrong. I haven't used Eve in so long, man. He said, oh, the password is Eve. So then, I think it's root, right? Is that what it is? And then, like that. And then, can I try to log in? Yeah, there we go. Username, that. And then, what I do? Native console or HTML5? I can't even remember, man. Y'all put me on, man. Put me on, because I haven't used it even so long. Oh, I'm disconnected. Y'all, don't do me like that. Hold on, I need to reconnect. Refreshing. I am refreshing. Y'all let me know if y'all can still see me and hear me. Y'all let me know, because it just said disconnecting and stuff like that. So I'm powering on EvenG. I want to do, is it HTML5? We'll do a new lab. We'll call it switch port security. Save. All right, so I got a new topology here. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. HTML5. Okay, that's what I did. Good to go. Where else do I need to be here? I haven't used Eve in so long, so I'm gonna get the switches going. What else we need? We just needed a PC. No, that's not what I need. How do I get a an object? Add an object, add a node, and then I want a switch, right? Yes, I want a switch here. Is it IOL? And then which one is the switch? Layer 2. Right? And then I want the switch. That guy. So much damn shit to fucking set up on this damn thing. He's gonna be switched like that. I wanted him to be SW1. I want a PC. Where can we get a PC from? I want to add a node. Add a node. Where's the PC at? What's it called? Is it VPCS or something? Virtual PC. There we go. I want to add one. None. Delay none. No, I don't want to do a PC because you can't change the MAC address. Actually, you know what I could do? I'll just add another PC and then make it violate that way. That's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna have that PC. He's gonna be the good guy, and then the other one is gonna be my daughter logging on. Y'all know she like to walk into the data center to try to get access to her little game. And we'll call this daughter's PC. And she's gonna be the violator. I don't know where she at. I believe that was her right there. VPC. Alright, so task 1. So basically you'll need a switch. You'll need a PC, but I'm gonna put 2 PCs because we're gonna have this switch learn his MAC address, and then after that we're gonna unplug him, right, and then try to plug this one. This is my daughter walking into the data center, try to plug into that same port, and hopefully a violation occurs. So, and that's how switch port security works, right? So it's page 497 if you got the book. Configuring port security is on switches is a very important topic. I can also guarantee you will be asked a question or given a lab on it. Connect a PC to a switch port. Configure the port as an access port. So we're gonna have this PC, right? Let's power these bad boys on, right? Can we power everything on? How you do that? Start. That how you do it? Oh, you can't connect until you power it on, right? So you actually have to connect it like that. And then I'm gonna plug it into port 00 just like that. Yep. Right. And then I'm gonna power this bad boy on, power that bad boy on, and then he said configure the switch port as an access port. So that switch port is Ethernet 00. How can you get into it? Can you just double click? Y'all know I'm kind of learning EVE-NG on the fly here. It looked like it's still booting up. Is that what's going on? Nope, he's not. Let's change his name to switch 1, right? Oh God, I'm glad they turned that off. No, I mean host name is gonna be switch 1. What else they said they want us to do? Connect the PC. Configure the switch port as an access port. The port is E00, right? So interface Ethernet 00. Configure it as an access port. But we do that with switch port. I mean not switch port security. I'm ahead of myself here. Switch port mode access. That makes it as an access. It's hard coded as an access port as opposed to a trunk port. Meaning it'll be only one VLAN could be allowed on this port, and we typically use access devices like end devices like servers, switch, PCs, laptops, whatever. That is what access port is. Then he says put it into VLAN 20. So we need to put this port right here in the VLAN 20, that one right there. So basically the way we do that is switch port. I'm sorry, Jesus. Yeah, that was right. Switch port access VLAN 20. And notice before I do that, we didn't have any VLANs on here, right? I'll show you real quick. Access VLAN does not exist. Creating VLAN 20. So we created it, but I also didn't put it in the port. Let's see. Show run internet Ethernet 00. Oh, it did put it in. I pushed Control Z and it put it in. That's weird. Maybe that's the way Even G works. I don't know. VPC bottom. So I think I got that right. So he said for sure will be asked on port security on exam. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Port security is a very fundamental topic. We need to know this right here. Not that we don't need to know IPv6, but this is definitely really important. This is something I do every day at work. So we put in a VLAN 20, add IP address 10.0.0.2 to VLAN 20, and a default gateway of the PC IP address. I don't think I understand that correctly. He said add IP address 10.0.0.2 to VLAN 20 and a default gateway of the PC IP address. Okay, I know he wants us to create an SVI, basically. So that's what's that? That's switch virtual interface. So we're basically going to create kind of like a gateway on this device, and then that will be his routed interface to, like, say he needs to go to the internet or whatever. That's going to be his default gateway, I believe, right? So we got to say interface VLAN 20, right? That's going to create an interface, right? And notice that it's down right now. We need to give it the IP address of 10.0.0.2 subnet mask of /24, which is 255.255.0, like this. We show our work with show IP interface brief, and then pipe exclude unassigned. We'll see there's our interface VLAN right there, right? Man, this is what I don't like about. There we go. I need to widen it first. So interface VLAN 20, that's the IP address. Right now it is admin down. I think because we need to have this guy turned on. Is he turned on? He is on. We have a port in there. We have a VLAN in there. What else? Why is it down? Let's see. Do we have to no shut it? I don't think so. Interface VLAN 20, no shut. What are we missing for it to come up? There it is. We needed to actually turn it up because it was admin down. So now it's up, right? It should be. So now we do show IP interface brief, pipe exclude unassigned, and we'll see now it is up. That's exactly what we wanted to see. And then he says, and a default gateway of the PC IP address. So I guess what they want us to do is this switch, his default gateway is going to be the PC for some reason. If I'm reading that correctly, it should be the other way around. I don't know. We'll see. But the PC address is 10.0.0.1. So let's go ahead and give this guy that IP address, right? Where's he at? How you do that? You just IP and then 10.0.0.1 subnet mask of /24 255.255. Y'all want me that like button, man. Y'all know I'm gonna be doing some giveaways pretty soon, man. Once I get to 5,000 subscribers, Boson gave me a lot of stuff. I'm gonna be giving that shit away. I can't use it all. Like the CCNA stuff, I don't even need it. So, all right, there we go. So he got that IP address 10.0.0.2. Now we didn't give him a default gateway. To me, this sounds like they wanted the PC to be the switch's default gateway. Typically, it'd be the other way around, but for some reason they wanted this PC to be the default gateway of this switch. If I'm reading that correctly. He said if anyone hasn't considered this, a cheap Dell or Lenovo business PC on eBay can be your Eve server. No need for anything fancy to get started. I hate this console. Give me the colors. Same, Pete. What's his name? Indrid. The other guy, he hasn't been on the stream for a while, but he's been trying to get me to use even G for a while, and obviously I'm using it now, but we haven't figured out how to get secure CRT to work with it. So right now I'm using, I think this is basically PuTTY is the terminal the terminal session for it, right? And the other thing about it is I don't think you can put colors with PuTTY unless somebody else knows how to do it. I don't know. But I barely, as y'all can see, I can barely use EVNG. So let's that last part for task 2, I'm gonna come back to that where he said and a default gateway of the PC IP address. I think that's what it is. The way we do that is global config mode, and we'll check the solution guide too. That's what I like about this book, right? If I'm wrong, right? So configure terminal. He said IP default gateway the PC. is the default gateway. For some reason, I don't know, we'll see. But it's 10.0.0.1. So what he's saying is, if the switch needs to go out to your internet, he needs to go out to this PC for some reason. I don't know. But that's his default gateway. That's what it looks like that task says. Task 3. We only got 4 tasks, and we'll wrap this up. Configure port security on the switch port. We need to put port security on that port right there. E00000, right? And then he says, add a command to ensure that the switch adds the learned MAC address to the startup configuration. So basically, whatever MAC address he learns on this switch port, Ethernet 00, keep it in your NVRAM. Basically your brain, right? Not your brain, but like your memory. NVRAM stands for non-volatile random access memory. That's basically the memory that stays on in the memory. When you turn off the switch, you turn it back on, it'll be still in there, right? We can save that with copy run start and everything like that, right? But the NVRAM, we just kind of like save it. We're just saving it on there, right? So, and the way we do that is by using the sticky command. That's going to write it to the running configuration, and then we'd have to actually do copy run start to save it to our NVRAM, right? So we got to go to that interface, Ethernet, if I could type 00, right? So we're going to that interface. We got to enable port security with switch port security first. We got to do that. That enables port security. We need to turn that on first, right? All the other commands also start with switch port security. Then you put all the features you want after that, right? So switch port security. If you question mark for context sensitive help, we'll see we got aging, we got MAC address, maximum, violation. What did they say they want us to do? They said they want us to learn the MAC address and keep it in our NVRAM, right? So the way we do that is what? What is it? MAC address, right? MAC, MAC address. Question mark, we'll see right there. We can either manually type in the MAC address of the device that plugs into this port, or we use the sticky command. Sticky is basically, when he learns it, just stick it in your memory and remember that shit. That's what it's basically that is, right? So aptly named, right? So let's go ahead and put that in with sticky, right? Type in sticky. We question mark, we'll see. We got the CR for carriage return. Ain't nothing else to type here. We press enter, right? And now we do a show run and take a look at that interface, right? Where is it at? It was Ethernet 00. We got switch port security, MAC address sticky. We got sticky enabled, port security enabled. We got the turn into access port. We got it in VLAN 20. But we haven't learned the MAC address yet. There should be something in here that's going to give us the MAC address information. I believe I would probably have to have him ping that, and then he'll remember it. But we'll see. So add a command to ensure that the switch adds the learned MAC address to the startup configuration. And that's what we're going to do with that. Optional for task 4. Change the MAC address. So the last task is an optional task. We don't have to do this, but we will do it anyway because y'all know we like to be thorough with our learning, right? Y'all got any questions or anything so far, man? Y'all let me know. He said, I hate this console. If you can use secure CRT with EVE-NG if you want. That's HTML5 terminal. Yes, I heard you can use secure CRT. I haven't, like I said, I don't use the secure EVE-NG every day. And I haven't learned how to get secure CRT to use with EVE-NG. Y'all know I like using my hardware, and I like seeing these colorful like this shit right here. So I use 6 interface. Can you do? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do that on secure CRT for EVE-NG. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do that, but I haven't used it with that yet. So I think what we need to do is we got the sticky keyword, but we haven't learned anything yet, right? Let's go to task 4. Change the MAC address on the PC using packet tracer or a physical device if you have no home lab. Now check that the port has been shut down. So basically, they want us to start simulate a violation here, right? So what we're gonna do is we got this PC plugged up to that port right there, right? Being that it's a sticky, we put the sticky keyword. He should theoretically learn the MAC address of that and stick it to his NVRAM, right? If we unplug this device and take this PC, and we plug it to the same port, violation should theoretically occur, being that we put it in a sticky, right? So let's do this. We can do this. I'm gonna have the PC ping it real quick. Let's do that. Where's the PC at? Where at? Where Brooklyn at? Let me double click him, man, because he's starting. There he is, right there. There you go. All right, so ping the switch 10.0.0.1. Boom. We got a reply. Did we? It looked like we got some replies. We should. Right now, let's do a show run interface Ethernet 00. Did he learn the MAC address? Nope. Is it in his in his running configuration somewhere, or startup at least? I thought you would have at least put it in there, buddy. He got the sticky keyword, but he's not learning anything. Show VLAN. Let's see. We got VLAN 20. Brief. Ethernet 0 is in VLAN 20. I would have thought that. Let's do a show start. Is it in the startup configuration? Start. Startup config is not present. Anybody remember why? Because I would have thought you would see the can he ping the PC 10.0.0.1. He cannot. Yes, he can ping the PC. Is it learned? Show Ethernet 0. There it is right there. So I had to have the switch ping the PC, and now he learned about it. It probably would have been in the MAC address table, but there it is right there. This is what I was looking for. So now he learned the MAC address of that PC. We can either save it to our config with write, or you can do copy run start, right? So now it's in there. We do a show startup config, right? Even if I turn off this switch right here, turn it back on, he gonna remember that MAC address. Only this MAC address can plug up to this port right here. So when my daughter walk up in the data center and try to plug up to that port right there, theoretically a violation should occur because she got a different MAC address, right? Let's see. Let's go ahead and start that bad boy up. This is my daughter walking in. We're gonna go into her console, and she like, let me go ahead and configure an IP address on my PC here, and then I'm gonna plug up to the data center and see if I can get my Barbie game. She's gonna be 10.0.0.5 subnet mask of /24.0 invalid address. Why is that? Why is that? Oh, because you don't put the address on this. I forgot with this device. Don't get too hung up on the configuration for this. You just, they just use that for testing purposes. So now my daughter got 10.0.0.5, right? The good PC, where's he at? Shit, too many damn windows here. Let's put them all in here. That's the PC, and this is PC3. That's my daughter right here. She last place. There's a switch. All right. So now, what else we need to do here? Let's go ahead and disconnect that. Can you disconnect this? How do I disconnect? Does anybody know how do I disconnect the port? Oh, right there. Okay, good. Actually, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's run some show commands so that we can verify what's gonna happen here, right? .2 is switch. Yes. Did I not do that? Let me see. Oh, that is why. I was supposed to ping 10.0.0.2. Now I gotta reply. That is why I ain't learned it. I'm glad you pointed it out. Thank you, Pete. So that's the reason why. But either way, we was able to get it going. I pinged the other way around, so that works. Duh. All right, so I don't know why I did that. So let's do this. Let's go back to the switch and see. Let's verify our show commands, right? Our port security. We do show port security. We'll see what ports have port security on it. Right now, only Ethernet 00 has port security. We got one MAC address. One that can be only one device can plug up to this port. There's one that was learned. No violations occurred yet until my daughter walks into the data center and tries to plug up to the switch, right? What's going to happen when a violation occurs? It's going to shut down. That's what security action is, right? Let's go ahead and run another show command. We got show port security. What is it? I want to say it's violation or something. No. Address. No. I think it was summary. There was another one that I learned the other day. Port security address. So this is the MAC address of that device. That's the only one that can be in there that can plug up to VLAN 20 and that port right there. So we're gonna disconnect that and then have him come in there, right? And then see what happens, right? So right now we do show IP interface brief we'll see that port. Where is it? Ethernet 00. Right now, it is up right now. You don't have an IP address or anything like that. But what happens when my daughter plugs up to it? Let's see. Let's go ahead and disconnect. Pray to the network gods and hope that a violation occurs. Can I connect it when it's off? I mean, when it's on? Can you not do that? Somebody let me know. How can I connect the device? Do I have to turn it off for me to plug it up? Y'all let me know, man. This is why I hate EVNG. You can't, man, come on, man. Oh, y'all killing me, man. So I can't plug up the device when it's running? Is that what you're telling me? Y'all let me know. Because this is why I like using hardware and goddamn packet trace. Even GNS3 you can do this. Come on, man. Either way, I saved the configs. I just hope that saves it. I guess let's do that. We saved it. I'm just afraid it won't boot back up and save my configs. Let me save it one more time. Yep, so I got to turn it off. Unbelievable. All right, whatever. Jesus Christ. Let me see. Let me make sure. What is it? Is it save to save it on there? Yes. So I saved it on there. So my daughter's IP address should save. He should save. All right. So we should be good to go. I guess I got to turn this guy off. Turn my daughter's PC. Wait. I didn't disconnect the whole thing. Reconnect. What just happened? The remote is unreachable. I didn't shut down the virtual device, did I? I didn't do that. Don't do me like that. Oh, okay, I know why. Okay, so that's good. So this guy, I'm gonna turn him off. No, I'm gonna keep him on. I get to turn him off because you can't plug it up. So now like that. And now okay, where is it at? I thought I seen it in here. Where's the plug? There it is, right there. Plug him up. Save. So now I could power. Okay, so now once we power it on, theoretically a violation should occur on Ethernet 00, right? Because my daughter has a different MAC address. It's her walking into the data center, power back the switch on, right? And then we'll take a look at the switch real quick before we even do that, right? Where's the switch at? Connect it back up. All right, there's the switch. Enable, we'll do a show. Let's do a port security address. Yep, so he still remembered the IP address, the MAC address of this device. Now, when we turn my daughter's PC on, a violation should theoretically occur. Let's make sure, let's do this. Actually, it should show up in the logs, right? But we'll do that. Let's go to global config mode and logging console so we can see everything. Turn on the PC and pray to the network gods. Boom, we got a violation occurred. See how quick that happened? We got PM4. 4 lets us know it's a level 4 syslog message, right? Because you could have either 0, which is catastrophic, or 7 is just like for debugging purposes and information, and 6 is informational, etc., etc. This is a level 4 error. What is it? It's disabled, which basically means it shut the port down, right? We can see that with what? Show right there. It even says it. It's an Ethernet 00 changed to down. It was up at first. So show Ethernet. What is it? 00. Show interface Ethernet. So we'll do this. Let's do this. Jesus. Show IP interface brief. Right there. It is now down. Remember it was up earlier. And then we got right there. Security violation. Security violation occurred caused by MAC address 6803. Ending in 6803. The correct address should have been 6802. That is this PC. That's 6802, ending in 6802. The other PC, my daughter, she walked in with a MAC address of 6803. So basically a port security violation occurred. We can check that. We'll show what port security, and then we'll see right there, violation was shut down. Violation, remember this was at 0 last time. Now we got a security violation that occurred right there. What else could we check it with? Show port security Ethernet or interface Ethernet 00. There it is right there. Secure shutdown is the status. I think that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, that's it for that lab. Challenge lab number 3. Y'all want me that like button. Again, if y'all want to follow along, get you a copy of this book, man. I know we just, like I said, we're wrapping this book up. We're moving on to the CCNP topics. Once we're done with this book, I'm going to be using this book along with the lab manuals for the NRC exam and also for the Encore exam. I'm also going to be going over several labs from Boson NetSim, the NRC and Encore versions of those. So we'll be mixing those up throughout the week. We're going to do Freestyle Fridays, try to do those more often, where we're mixing up all of the technologies we learned and try to put it all into one topology and stuff like that. I'm starting to like the even G. You know, I'm getting a little used to it. I just need to get Secure CRT working with it. Y'all want to do one more lab? I know I said that a million times. I just love doing this stuff, man. Y'all know, man. Like I like teaching it. I like you know, when I'm like the static route, I kind of got stuck there and had to kind of go back and remember how to configure an IPv6 route. What else? Next lab is trunking and VTP. So we only need 2 switches for that lab. Yeah, maybe let's do that. Let's do that. Cause I want to get through this book, man. I want to get to the CCNP topics, man. Y'all know what trunking is, right? It's the opposite of an access port. Remember, we put a PC, connected it. We put that PC, connected it to one port right there. That port was in VLAN 20, and we made it an access port. Why we call it an access port? Because we have an end device connected to it, and it's in one VLAN. A trunk carries multiple VLANs, and we can connect another switch to it. Typically, we connect another switch using a trunk port, and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to connect 2 switches there. So for the next lab, we only need 2 switches. I guess we can delete those bad boys, right? Bloop. Can you delete just like that? Delete nodes. Delete selected. Yeah, let's do that. Drag and drop 2 switches. Add an object. A node. I want another switch. This is gonna be the last lab, y'all. I'm sorry, man. Y'all know I like have fun. I have fun doing this, man. One more lab, man. One more lab, and then the next lab, challenge lab number 10. Yeah, we definitely gonna leave that one for tomorrow. That's got 4 routers, 2 switches, and we're gonna be doing some DHCP inter VLAN routing. Also, RIP version 2. Y'all know how I feel about RIP. I have yet to see it in the production network, but they have us learn this shit like it's the new wave. For this lab, we only need a switch. And where is the fucking switch? Sorry, excuse my language. Switch layer. What is it? Layer 2, layer 3. We'll go with that switch. Boom. How many need I need 2 of those bad boys. I want layer 2. We'll say SW. He's the prefix. I want 2 of those bad boys. Save. I like that. I like that. Okay, Eve, I see you. Maybe I'll start using this more often, man. We'll drag and drop a connection. How you do that? Where's the connection at? I didn't say power on just yet, man. How do I connect that bad boy? I gotta turn them off? Oh. I forgot. You can't do that until you... Okay. How do I do a connection? Y'all, somebody put me on here. He stopped. And I thought I seen... Oh, you're killing me, man. We got Professor Black Ops in the building, putting in that work. Yeah, mama's cooking, man. Let me see what he said. Only on the pro version you can. Oh, that is lame. That is lame. So wait. Might have to be off. Yeah, I have the pro version. Studying for CCNP as well. This will be helpful. Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, we doing just a simple CCNA stuff. Just come on, man. So you're saying only the pro version you can put multiple devices and connect them? Is that what you're saying? Because I thought I seen a connection, then I was able to plug them up. Because this is why I like using hardware. Well, I want to physically be able to plug this shit up, turn it on, and get the lab in, man. Jesus Christ. Delete. Let's do that. And I got to drag and drop them one at a time. Is that what you're telling me? And then I can connect them? Look, I can't even delete these mugs, man. Refresh. Plug should pop up. You would think, right? I hovered over it. If I do like this, he's not even on. Yeah, he is on. He is on. Bloop. Bloop. Let's close him up. You're killing me. You're killing me. Stop. And then turn him off, right? Stop. All right, so both of them are stopped, right? Right? I don't see the plug. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is why. All right, let's see. Let me do this. I'm gonna delete these guys real quick. Delete. Delete. Because y'all killing me right now. Delete selected. Yes. Bye. Bitch. Node. Let's see. IOL. Let's do SW1. So you're saying with the pro version you can add both at a time and then connect them and stuff like that? And I can't do that with the community version? Is that what you're telling me? Switch. Layer 2. Save. So now I should have a plug. Where is he at? He's not there? Not yet until I add another object? Where's the other switch? Alright, well. There. Layer 2. Could be switch 2. Oops, switch 2. Switch. Oh, come on, man. Switch. Save. Right, so now I got that guy. Switch 1. What am I doing wrong, y'all? Like, I started to become a fan of EVE-NG, and now, do I got to turn it off again, and then what? Turn it off. This guy. Turn him off. No, the nodes have to be off when adding a new connection. Yeah. They couldn't find legitimate reasons for people to buy Pro, so they made up some arbitrary limitations. Yeah. Kelvin, I'm very disappointed in this. I can't even connect 2 damn switches. And I'm really trying here. Y'all know I like using hardware, but I said let me go ahead and use EVE-NG today. You know, since this is the wave that everybody's talking about, and I can't even connect 2 goddamn switches together. What is going on here? I thought I seen a plug in here. Can I get a router to connect? Let's do this. I'm not gonna stop this stream until I get something to work here. Let's get router here. Let's see. Router layer 3. We'll make him router 1. Right? And then that should be good enough. That's simple enough. The least you can do that, right? The least you can do is do that. Lab has been saved. Maybe I should do a new lab. Maybe I should just do a whole new lab because look at this. Stop. I don't see the plug. Theoretically, you should see like a red plug, and you should be able to drag a connection just like that. Is there any buttons in here that says what, connections or something? Where is it at? More actions. Edit lab? I don't know. Like, he said that's weird. The plug should be there. You would think. I heard this too, that if you refresh, it makes things work. Stop. Oops. Close. And that one's even a VPC. Stop. You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to start a whole new lab. And let's see. Close lab. You need to power them off. Really? Because I did that. Off. Let's see. Stop. Stop. And stop. Okay, now go ahead and close this lab. There are running nodes. Fuck you. I'm gonna close this shit, man. Y'all killing me. How about this? You said I gotta do that. How about if I delete them? Can I delete these guys? Delete selected. Yes. Close the lab. And let's start a new one. New lab. We'll call this one, what is this? This is trunking and VTP. Oh, you can't do special characters, right? What's the matter? What's the matter, EVE-NG? Special character is too much for you there. Let's add an object. Node. I'll do one switch at a time since this is acting funky with me. We're gonna say switch 1. Make him a layer 2, and do switch right there. Y'all let me know if I'm doing something wrong, because I think, let me see. There's the switch, right? Right, and then I'm gonna add another switch. What's that? Node, network node, and then IOL, and I'm gonna say, call him switch 2. Switch 2. I'm gonna say layer 2. I'm gonna say switch. Am I doing something wrong here? I'm doing everything correctly, right? I'm like, I know I don't use EvenG every day, but y'all let me know. Obviously, I should not be part of the marketing team for Switch, for EvenG. But I thought you could see, like, you know, typically you'll see like a little red dot or a red plug and be able to drag and drop a connection like that. What's another way to do this? He said log out altogether. And this is why I love GNS3 and CML. I know, Kelvin. Trust me. I said I just want to try to do something different. If you wait till Black Friday, you can get a deal on the pro version. I don't even know if I want to buy this shit, man. This looks like a bug. The nodes will not turn off. Log out. Let's do that all together. Let's log out. Jesus Christ. Log back in. HTML5 console. And close that bad boy. I logged out. I closed the lab. I started a whole new one. Like, what else you want me to do here, man? Close. There are nodes running before it stop. Kelvin over here having a ball over there. Like, this is why I use GNS3, man. This bullshit, man. Delete. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to his channel too. He's got a lot more GNS3 and stuff like that. Y'all know I use GNS3 and stuff too. Jesus, man. Fuck this, man. I hope you're watching Indrit over there from Kosovo. This dude, he said something ain't right. I know, man. This dude been trying to get me to use EvenG for the longest. And I heard this. This is another trick too. If you click refresh, that supposedly stop. Switch 1 stop. Switch 2 stop. You do close lab, and he said there's running nodes. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Delete selected. Now nothing's running. So now if I close the lab, bloop. Let's log out. Bloop. We'll sign back in. No, not native. It's HTML5, right? That's what you got to do. HTML5 console like that. Sign in. Something ain't right. Yeah, I know, man. Listen, I don't know what's going on here with this. I want to do that. I'm gonna delete this one. That's been giving me bad luck. I'm gonna delete that one. Let's rename him. He's supposed to be switch port security. Oops. And then we're gonna come up with a new one, new lab. Call this one again trunking and VTP. Look at this, man. All this time just to start up a whole new lab. Add an object, or is it add nodes? It's add an object. That's what I thought it was. All right, so add an object. What is this? Network. What is that? Networks to add. Nope, I don't want to do that. It's exactly what I was doing it correctly. Add a node. What's the node I want to add? I want to add IOL. Then I'm going to say layer 2, right? This is what I had before. And we wanted a switch. That guy right there. Do I need... Is it something that's wrong with that switch, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to use that. That's just an image. It ain't really... Like, I don't think that has anything to do with it, but we'll do that anyway. Switch 1. For that one. There's no way to turn it, like, have it turned, like, off, right? So we've got that one. I'm going to add one more object. And we're going to say IOL. By the way, does that, when you make that payment for the pro version, is that a yearly thing? Or is it a lifetime license? Let me know. Reboot the VM? I got to reboot the whole damn, man, listen, man. If this don't get going, I'm going to just turn on my switches and get this lab so we can get it over with, man. My physical switches. This is why I use switches. Switch 2. Jesus, man. And everybody's just like, oh, EvenG is the wave, man. And man, you got to get on it, man. Switch, let's do that one again. layer 2, right? Say click save, and theoretically I should have a red plug. Yeah, I would have to reboot the whole VM, man. That's crazy. Yeah, because y'all know what it is, right? You will see a little red plug right beside it, and you can connect the switch to the switch like that, right? But that shit ain't working, so the hell with this. Let's close this. There are no... Okay, there's nodes there. How about when I stop them and then close the lab? There are running nodes. Oh, okay, well then let me delete them. Guess what? Y'all gonna hear some loud ass switches. Killing me, man. Switch 1, switch 2. Somebody, I'm pretty sure somebody's done already with this lab. Somewhere in this world. Just drag and drop 2 switches to... I don't think anybody in here is using even G. Let me know if you're using even G. Did it work for you? Because obviously it's not working for me. We need 2 switches. We're going to configure 3 VLANs, right? I'm going to put them up, bring up the topology. Y'all see how we get this shit going. This is why I use hardware. And I hope Indrit over there from Kosovo is watching, because he's been trying to get me to use that application and was like, yo, man. And at the time, you know, we had like 20 people watching and stuff like that. I was like, oh, shit, maybe I should start using it. Everybody like, this shit is the wave, man. Man, listen. Paint. Drag and drop 2 switches like that. Add those VLANs to it. Right? I'm pretty sure y'all know how to do it. If not, then you will learn how to create a VLAN on a switch with me. And go like that, right? Yeah, I guess so. We'll go this way. Make it a little nicer. There you go. And if you're just following along, this is the book we use right here. 101 Labs, Cisco CCNA version 4. You need to copy this from 101labs.net. Y'all know how much I love that book, man. They also have the whatchamacallit version of this, the CCNP version of this book. Brush. See, and this is why I stick with the hardware, man. We need to create those VLANs, VLANs 10 through 30, give them those names respectively on that switch. And I believe we're probably going to have this port right here. Clearly, we're going to have this trunking right here, right? It's not going to be an access port, right? So we're going to be, this trunk right here is going to be carrying all of these VLANs right here, right? So that way they can come across, right? With typically an access port will only carry just one VLAN, right? Just one VLAN. Put a 1 there, right? This is going to carry, clearly it's going to be carrying 3 VLANs, right? What does this lab also do? It's for VTP. VTP stands for VLAN Trunking Protocol. That is a misnomer because you're not, well, you're using a trunk to basically bring the VLANs across. So y'all notice we have 3 VLANs here, right? VLAN 10, 20, and 30. The sales VLAN, the marketing VLAN, and the HR VLAN. With VTP, we can create all those VLANs on this switch right here and then just have them propagate automatically. Without VTP, we would have to put those same VLANs on this PC right here. I mean, on this switch right here. We got to type it in 3 times over here and then type it in 3 times over here. With VTP, we can just do that automatically, right? And that's what we'll do right here, right? Task number 1 was, let's see here. Turn off even G because it's bullshit. Task 2, connect switch 1 to switch 2 as shown together above. Set the relevant host names and FA0 interfaces to trunk. Let's see. I don't have them cabled up. Yes, I do have them cabled up. I'm good to go. Okay, good. So I have, before I do this, let me make sure that these switches are clean too. They said I used even G, working fine. Okay, cool, man. Even G the wave, but the wave is in the beta. I don't know, man. I guess so. Maybe there's something wrong with the version I had. Y'all see clearly. I closed the lab. I deleted nodes. I logged out, logged back in. I clicked the refresh. I heard that's a thing when you run into issues. Maybe, like you said, I gotta reboot the whole VM. But I ain't feel like doing all of that. I'm like, man, if I gotta do all of that, then I'll just turn on my switches and get to going, man. I'll just power off that bad boy and worry about that later. Because now I have actual switches that actually work. So now watch, they don't work, right? I still got my routers on. So switch 1, switch 2, go ahead and cable them up just like that, back to back. Where's switch 2? There's switch 2 right here. They are still booting up. I guess that's the thing you kind of run into. Your power bill might go up. I don't run these 24/7 or anything. What else? You got these loud fans and stuff. I don't know if y'all can hear it on my microphone. He said my Eve and G had identical issues too. Yeah, I remember you did that, Pete, a couple weeks ago when you tried to use Eve and G and you was running into issues. Now I know why. Just like Eve and G is just like, I couldn't even get a simple lab going, man. I'm like, man, let me just use my hardware, man. But that's why Kelvin don't use it either. GNS3, if you notice, a lot of times when you're watching like CBT Nuggets or INE and stuff like that, they don't use, like, I rarely see them use Eve. They will use GNS3 or hardware. So probably because they don't run into shit like that. All possible switches in the stack are booted up. I didn't want them to be in the stack, so who knows? Let's see. Switch 1, is he powered on? Yes, he's good to go. Let me make sure he don't have any VLANs and stuff like that, so that way VLAN. Nope, he is good to go and clean. Switch 2, still booting up. I have them cabled up. So y'all go ahead and cable up 2 switches like that, back to back. If you want to go ahead and, hopefully you got the book. If you got the book, you'll be ahead of me, man. Because I've been sitting here wrestling with Eve and G. And it's page 500 in the book. Well, like I said, we're almost done, man. There's 549 pages in this book. We're at page 500. We're at episode number 77 here. All right, so let's bring it back over. Show and brief. I just want to make sure that it's clean before I bring it over, and then we'll start. We'll get to starting. Yeah, I think I see it already in there. So. Oh, so let's do that. So you got your server, and then get rid of that, and then y'all give me a second. I'm just trying to wipe this shit clean. That's the other thing too. When using hardware, if you want to reuse stuff, so run. Hopefully, this other stuff is clean. Yeah, everything else is clean. Everything else is clean. So I'll bring these bad boys over. So we got switch 1 and switch 2 respectively. Notice that FA101 came up already, right? So this port right here already came up. Why? Because I already have a cable up like this, which means it brought this interface up, and also, like we said, that interface is up. That is why we got this log message right here, right? So once you, and by default, right, the ports come up automatically on a switch when you plug up a device to it. So first task was obviously connect them together, set the relevant host names, and the interfaces to trunk. I already have him listed as switch 1. The other guy's already switch 2. But in case somebody in here is new and they don't know how to set a host name, I will show you how to do that. You just go to global config mode with configure terminal, and then type in host name, and then type in switch 2 like that, right? And then that'll change it to switch 2. It by default, it'll just say switch. And you change the host name, but host name switch 2, right? Just in case there's anybody new in here. Y'all know I like going over. I don't care how simple the task is. I'm gonna show you how to do it anyway. Task 2. Oh, we got to do the trunk. So we got to create this interface right here to become a trunk. How we do that? Well, let's see what it is so far. Show interface. I'm gonna go to switch 1 real quick. I'm gonna go to this guy right here first, right? Show interface. FA101. Your interfaces might be different, right? And now I'll add a switchboard keyword to it. By default, let's see what we got. He is set as a static access port. Dynamic auto. It's going to negotiate. And the trunking encapsulation is native. Well, this right here lets us know it is an access port. So we have an access port connected to another switch, and that is an access port. That's not what we want. We wanted a trunk port, so that way it'll carry multiple VLANs. How do we do that? We got to hard code it as a trunk, configure a terminal. We don't have to do both sides, being that this side, let's see what his says. So we're gonna go on this right here, this switch right here, and take a look at that interface is set up, right? It's show interface FA101 switch port. Oh crap. I forgot to do that. Anyways, yeah, dynamic auto, static access. Being that this says negotiate, when we hard code this side as a trunk, it's gonna automatically make him a trunk as well, and change him from an access port to a trunk port because it is negotiate. He will negotiate. So the other guys will be like, "Hey, let's become a trunk." And the other one's gonna be like, "All right, I guess we'll become a trunk." That's what's gonna happen when we do that, right? So we'll see. Go to global config mode, interface FA101. We say switch port mode trunk. We should, I think, get an error here, right? Yes, we did. We got an interface whose trunk encapsulation is auto, cannot be configured to trunk. Why? Because we have to set the encapsulation first. There's two types of encapsulation. ISL, which is Cisco's interswitch link. That is a proprietary trunking protocol. Or we can do .1Q, which is it's an open standard, and you can use any type of device using that trunk mode. So that's what we're going to do here. So we got to set the encapsulation first with switch port trunk encapsulation, and our question mark, and I'll show you, right? .1Q, which is what I was saying, or ISL, which is what I was saying. Right now it's set to negotiate. We want this to be .1Q, hard coded as a .1Q trunk. We add that, then do switch port mode trunk. That makes it a trunk port, right? So now we do show. There's two ways we can check to see who's trunking. We do show interface. Jesus Christ, Jesus! All these damn log messages. Show interface trunk. That lets us know who's trunking. So right now, FA101 is trunking. The port mode is on. Encapsulation will be set to 802.1Q trunk, and now it's trunking. Native VLAN is 1. We go to this port right here and take a look at what's happening. Remember, it was a access port, right? VLAN 1 came up. The port went down, came up, so it bounced, right? We do a show, run that same command with the switch port at the end, and we'll see it is now trunking. See? Automatically, right? We just had to do that side because he was negotiating. He said, "Hey, if you want to become a trunk, then I'll become a trunk too." That's how that became a trunk. We didn't hard code it, so and because of that too, dynamic auto, so it all allowed it to change it as a trunk. What else he said? He said, "Do you have full CCNA course? You stopped making videos after 1.5." Man, you know what? You're like the third person that said that, bro. I do not have a full course. I did stop making videos because it's a lot of work to do those tutorials, man. I gotta first of all, I gotta know the topic, right? Know the hell I'm talking about. Then I gotta create this whole PowerPoints and stuff like that, grab images and stuff like that, figure out how I'm gonna do the flow of the course, right, or the lecture, and then come up with a hands-on section and try to at least come up to explain the topic and stuff like that. When I make mistakes, I gotta edit the stuff out. Whereas as opposed to me live streaming and stuff like that, whenever I make a mistake, y'all can see it. Y'all can see my flaws. Y'all can see what I don't know and try to fix it at the same time. So not only will you see me try to fix something or try to troubleshoot something or try to perfect world, right? It's like the perfect, it's like the, how do I say? It's like, it just looks perfect. It's a highlight video. So that's why I haven't been doing those in a while. And I just kind of dreaded doing them, man. I used to drop just one video a month. And, you know, it was fun doing I just kind of dreaded doing them, man, to be honest with you, man. I'll probably pick them back up. And somebody mentioned that they're willing to actually pay for me to do a whole course. And I think I would do that maybe in the future. But I just like doing these live streams here. So anyway, but good question. I appreciate that, man. That inquiry. So task number 2. What else did we do here? Set switcher A as a VTP server. So we're going to make him a VTP server. What is that? VTP stands for VLAN trunking protocol, right? So we're going to create these VLANs right here. Give them their respective names on that switch, right? And being that this is a trunk, we should be able to propagate all of those VLANs on here and make them come up automatically on here. That way we don't have to type in VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30. That's what VTP does, right? But the thing is, we could either put them in server mode, we can put them in client mode. Only one of them allows you to create VLANs and stuff like that. That is server. There's also a transparent mode where you can create VLANs and delete them and stuff like that too. But anything that gets sent to you, they won't propagate to you. They stay locally within that switch when you're in transparent mode. That make any sense? I hope I cleared that up. Just asking questions if I don't make it clear enough. So let's go to switch A, make him a VTP server, right? We can check that with show VTP status. And right now, by default, it's already a server. So we don't have to do that on this guy. Switch B is a server. We want to make him, let's see, switch B is supposed to be a client. So he's supposed to be a client, and he's supposed to be a server. So let's go ahead and change him. I didn't finish reading that, right? So configure terminal, VTP mode clients. So now he's gonna be a client. Let's go to switch 1, make him a server. He should already be a server. We'll see. Show VTP status. He is a server. So now he is a server. And he is a client. Good to go, right? So he will receive VLANs coming to him, and he will take them. He will take them and add them to his VLAN database, right? Y'all with me so far? Anybody got any questions or anything? I understand. Yeah, man. Those tutorials was a lot of work, man. I get a lot, a lot of good feedback and stuff like that. But like I said, it was a lot of work, man. I'm sorry, man. Get rid of all this shit, man. Damn. Guess I can't redo it, huh? Let's do this. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Give me a second, man. Get rid of all this shit. Ooh. Oh. Bam. Y'all want with that like button, man. Configure switch A as the server, which he is. Right there. With the VTP domain, howtonetwork.com. So right now the domain is set to what? It's set to Cisco, probably from the last lab somewhere. So we got to go to VTP domain. He said how to network.com, right? Changing the domain name from Cisco to howtonetwork.com. Let's see, what is he in? That's his domain. He's in the Cisco domain. Probably because from a last lab or something like that. Let's see. Did he say anything about a password? He did. The VTP password is also Cisco. So let's see. It's probably already in there. Let's see. Do show VTP password. The password is not configured. We need to do that. He said, what is it? Cisco. VTP password Cisco. All lowercase? No. Capital C. Cisco. Now we got to do the same thing on this guy and make his password Cisco as well. Right, his password is going to be Cisco as well. And notice right here, unable to perform a trunk negotiation because of a VTP domain name mismatch. What's the domain name on this guy? His Cisco. We need to change him too, right? To isn't that crazy? What happened to our trunk? Did the trunk go down? Let's see if the trunk went down. Show interfaces trunk. Oh, it's still trunking. But what went down? We got a domain mismatch. So we need to fix that though. We'll go to global config mode. We said VTP domain is how to network.com. Right? Yes, how to network.com. Now the domain should match, right? So remember this guy, his was how to network.com. And his was Cisco from a previous lab somewhere, and we had a domain name mismatch. That's what this error right here was. That's what this error was. So we had a domain name mismatch. They got to be in the same domain for these VLANs and stuff or whatever to propagate to each other, So when we create the VLANs on this server right here to this client, they won't propagate until the domain, the passwords match, the domains match. So let's make sure what else we got to do here. Let's check our work with show BTP status on the client and see what we got. We got he is a client. We gave him howtonetwork.com, but what's the password? Did we make the passwords match? Probably not. What's his password? So BTP password, he doesn't have the password. So now we need to make the password. BTP password was capital C ISCO, like that. Y'all with me so far? Anybody any questions or anything? Let me know if I have got you. Ooh, it says the chat got disconnected, so let me refresh real quick. What else they said? That's pretty much it. Yeah, task 3 was to configure the 3 VLANs per the diagram. Oh, there's actually 7 tasks for this. Let me move on, man. Shit. All right, so let's do these VLANs. VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, right? All right, so go to switch 1 and do that. Ooh, we got a mismatch here. Interesting. What's this? Probably because of the when we did the password differently. Now the passwords match, so we should be good to go. That's probably when that happened. Password, yeah. That's probably what happened. When we set this password, then we had that mismatch. But we fixed that problem. So let's go ahead and do VLAN 10. Name is sales, right? I'm doing these guys right now, right? These guys. And then I'm gonna do VLAN 20. The name is marketing. VLAN 30 name is the HR VLAN. Show our work with show VLAN brief. We'll see we got sales is 10, 20 is marketing, 30 is HR. They didn't want us to put any any ports on those, so we should be good to go. Task 4, turn off DTP for the trunk interfaces. That's interesting. DTP is dynamic trunking protocol. They said they want us to turn it off. How do we do that? That's a good one. Let's see what we got so far. Show interfaces trunk. They're both trunking. How do we turn off DTP? Anybody remember how to do that? Let me refresh here because it said the chat got disconnected. Y'all let me know. Y'all hit me in the chat room if y'all can still hear me or if y'all can still chat over there. Because it said the chat was disconnected, but I had to refresh right there. We almost done here. There's 7 tasks here. We are on task 4. Turn off DTP for the trunk interfaces. So they want us to turn off DTP here and turn it off here. So turn off DTP on those 2 ports right there. How do you do that? Shit. Ticket terminal interface FA00 or 101. 1. It's not dynamic trunking, but what is it? DTP non-negotiate, switch port non-negotiate, I believe it is, right? I think that's how you do it, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what non-negotiate is. Non-negotiate device will not engage in the negotiation protocol on this interface. I think that's how you turn off DTP for the trunk interfaces. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let me make sure. Let me look that up too. Oh yes, Pete said it. Yeah, non-negotiate. Can hear you. Mode trunk and then non-negotiate. That's what I thought, man. Appreciate you for let me know that, Pete. Thank you for the reminder, man. This is why you're a moderator, bro. I know I said that a bunch of times, but yeah, I thought that's what it was. I just had to. Maybe I'm half asleep and I'm ready to go to bed. I don't know what. But this slow ass fucking phone, man. The phone be killing me. Oh my god, bruh. Alright, so switch port non-negotiate. He's trunking though, right? Show interface, show run interface FA101. Do show interface, so do. Let's make sure. Yeah, this is exactly what you said. switch port mode trunk, and then non-negotiate. That's how you turn off DTP. So it does not negotiate. But we already had this guy negotiated, and that's how he became a trunk. But they want us to turn that off, right? Turn off that feature. And that should hard code. That might turn down the trunk though. Let's see. I don't know. Interface FA101. Let's see. Switch port non-negotiate. Can't do that because it's dynamic. So what we got to do is hard code this as a trunk and then do that, which is what he said. Switch port mode trunk. Can't do that. You got to do the ISL or .1Q as a trunk first. Switch port trunk encapsulation .1Q, then switch port mode trunk, and then switch port non-negotiate. Boom. What I wanted to show y'all, which did I run switch port or show interface trunk on this? Yes. This N right here let us know it negotiated. That's what DTP allows you to do. It allows you to dynamically create a trunk with another switch and negotiate. Remember when I was saying, he said, hey, we need to become a trunk, and made him a trunk? Well, when we add that non-negotiate, it'll remove this N right here, so that way he knows not to negotiate, and we'll hard code this as a trunk. Hard code it as a trunk. Make it a trunk without having to negotiate or have somebody tell you to become a trunk, right? And we'll see when we do show interfaces trunk. Show interfaces trunk like this, right? Now, notice the N is gone. The N let us know that it was negotiated to become a trunk. Now we hard coded it as a trunk. They say, look, I'm gonna be a trunk. I don't care what nobody tells me. I'm gonna become a trunk. That's what we did with that, right? So, and that's exactly what Pete was saying earlier. So, yeah, I guess I needed a little refresher there. So, task 5, set the native VLAN on both switches to VLAN 888. Shut down VLAN 1 on both switches. Why do we do this? This is for security purposes. Out the box, when you order a switch from Cisco or shit from CDW or any other vendor that has like Cisco switches or whatever, when you take it out the box, by default, all the ports are in VLAN 1, right? You'll even see show VLAN brief. We'll see everything. All these ports right here, right? All these guys right here, all those guys right there, they're in VLAN 1, and that's by default. That's kind of like leaving when you buy a router from Best Buy and you just plug up your router and you leave the admin password as admin and the password is also admin. That is default. We don't want to do it. So what we got to do is we got to change that and then shut that port down and it makes something else as the native VLAN. By default, native VLAN is VLAN 1, but we want to change this for security reasons. That's why they have us doing this. How do we do that? Go to, for both switches, right? So he said, set native VLAN switches to VLAN 888. So we're going to say, shit, how do we do that? I forgot. Well, we know we got to shut down VLAN 1. So interface VLAN 1, shut down. And then, what is it? Interface, I got to remember how to do this. Switch port. Oh, you can't do a switch port like that. Oh, you got to actually create the VLAN. I think that's what it is. VLAN. Oh shit, we gotta create that VLAN, right? And that's gonna be the native VLAN. VLAN 888. And we're gonna call this the native underscore VLAN. Right? That's gonna be the native VLAN. Name, my bad. We gotta put the name keyword. Make that the native VLAN. Show VLAN brief, right? So we got the native VLAN 888, and then everybody else is still in VLAN 1, but we want to make 888 as the native VLAN. Shit, I can't remember how to do that. I gotta remember that. I thought you got to do switch port and then native VLAN. You got to do it on the trunk. Shit, can't remember. Yeah, I think you got to do that on the trunk. So let's do this. Let's go to interface FA101, and I think it's switch port trunk native VLAN 888. That makes it the native VLAN. That gives this port right here native VLAN. But notice it shut down the port. Why? Because we got a VLAN mismatch. His is 888. What is his? Anybody remember? Shout out to Mama's Cooking on Security. Man, appreciate that, man. Shout out to you, Professor Black Ops. Mode trunk, then non-negotiate. Yep. So his is 888. Guess what? His is, by default, like I just said, his is in VLAN 1. So that is why that port should theoretically be blocking, because we have different native VLANs. That's why we got a VLAN mismatch, and it shut the port down too. So let's see what happens here. So we got, this looks kind of ugly, right? I remember seeing this shit at work, and I was like, oh shit, what the hell did I just do? Just gotta make sure that they match, right? So show, let's look at our interfaces real quick. Show FA101. Oops, let's do this. Show interfaces trunk. Is anybody trunking right now? Yes, but it should be down, right? Show IP interface brief. Just bring up everybody, and we'll see, where is the trunk? The trunk was FA101. It's still up. No, yeah, that is up, down. It is still up, but it's blocking though. It's up, but it's blocking. It's not down. It's blocking. So, show. How can we verify the VLAN? I think you got to switch port. So, show interface FA101. Add the switch port keyword to the end, and we'll see what the native VLAN and stuff is. Right? Remember, right? I said his is VLAN 1. We need to change that to VLAN 888 because that's what his is, right? So he's VLAN 1 and he's VLAN 888. That's why we got that mismatch error. Where is it? This right over here. That's what that error is about. See, it even says CDP4 native VLAN mismatch. Native VLAN mismatch discovered on FA101, which is this port right here. Right, that port right there. 101 with switch 1, which is this guy right here. I know it says switch A there, but it's switch 1. FA101. His is 888, and mine is VLAN 1. So let's fix that. All right, go to FA101. Interface FA101. Y'all let me know if I'm like making y'all confused or anything like that. Switch port, trunk, native VLAN is now 888. That theoretically should unblock the port. Spanning tree, right? Where is it? Damn it, I wanted to catch it so y'all can see. Remember, it was blocking right here, spanning tree. It blocked the interface, VLAN 1. And there it is right there. Now we got to unblock. Consistency restored. Port consistency restored. So now we're not blocking on those ports. I should have done a show spanning tree. Then you would be able to see which ports we're blocking and stuff like that, right? We did a show span now. So VLAN 1. We are the root for VLAN 1. We're in learning. We're still learning, right? We're running again, and we are still learning, right? Still learning. Still learning. Now it's forwarding for VLAN 1 because it was blocking at first. Let's do the same thing for VLAN 888. We are also the root, and now we're forwarding for that VLAN as well. I should have done it while it was blocking, then y'all would have seen it would have said BLK that is being blocked because of the port inconsistency. Shut down VLAN 1 on both switches. How do we do that? Is it just how do you shut down the VLAN like that? You don't just do I shut down interface VLAN 1. I don't know. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that one. Task 6, permit only VLAN 10, 20, and 30 to cross the trunk link. So this link that we got right here that we created, this trunk right here. Come on, man. Fuck. I don't know why Penny tripping, man. Saving this shit halfway through the damn. No, I didn't save it. Oh, you probably can't go back that far. That's why. Alright, so this trunk link right here, right, that we got between the two switches. If we do a show interface trunk, you'll see. Show interfaces trunk. It's allowing all the VLANs. VLAN 1 through 4094 across this trunk link right here. That's fine and dandy. But for security reasons, we want to allow only specific trunks or specific VLANs to come across this trunk. So we only created 3 VLANs. We don't need to allow 4,000 fucking VLANs across this trunk. We only created 3. So let's only let just those 3 VLANs go across the trunk. Right? That makes it more secure when we're allowing only 3 or only VLANs that we created to come across this trunk link. How do we do that? Let's go to global config mode. We know we got to go into that port. So interface FA101. And we say switch port trunk, and it's allowed. That's going to say who is allowed to be on this trunk, right? We allowed 4,094 VLANs across this trunk. That's fine naming, like I said, but we want to kind of like make it a little bit more secure by just allowing the VLANs that we created on this trunk. So we're allowing what, 10? We're going to do 20, comma, 30. I think that's how you can do it. If we did 10-30, it's going to allow VLANs 10 through 30. We don't want that. That's 30 VLANs right there, right? No, 20 VLANs, I'm sorry. But we don't want that. You can do 10 like this, right? 10 through 40, right? Or 10 through 30. That's going to allow 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, we don't want that. We want the comma so we can do specific 10, 20, and 30, right? Can you do it that way? I think you can. 30, enter. No. How you do it? There's a way to do just 3. Oh, you got to type in the keyword VLAN and then the numbers, right? That's what it was. VLAN IDs are 10, 20, 30, like that. That's how you do it. My bad. I forgot the VLAN keyword. So that's going to allow just those 3 guys right there. So now we do show interface trunk. Remember how it looked like before? Like this right here? When we did that, we allowed VLANs 1 through 4094. We allowed everybody into the nightclub. We didn't care if you were fat, skinny, slow. We said we only want girls in the, we want 10s in our club, 20s in our club, and 30s in our club. We ain't allowing 6s in our club. What's wrong with you? Show interface trunk. And now we're allowing only 10, 20, and 30. These are the ones allowed and active in the management domain. And then these are in the forwarding state and not pruned. This is how it looked like before. 4094. These were allowed and active. So obviously, I don't know, port VLAN 500 is not allowed and active because it wasn't even created. So that's why it wasn't in here. But it was allowed if it was created. But it wasn't, so that's why it's not active. Nor was it forwarding because it's not even created. So that's just an example of why this doesn't say 1 through 4094 and that doesn't say 1 through 4094. Those were the ones that were created at first. Remember, the default one, the manual was the ones we created, plus the native one that created, native VLAN, 888, right? Now we're allowing just those 3. What else he said? I know we haven't covered this yet, so feel free to take a peek at the configurations. Well, guess what, Paul Browning? We did, and we did it anyway. It's a layer 2 security step that you will need to know, just like I explained. Task 7. And issue relevant show commands, which is what we just did. Show interfaces trunk. Another way we could, that's probably the main one to see what's allowed across the trunk. We could do show VLAN brief to see the ones that we created, obviously, which is 10, the sales VLAN, 20, the marketing VLAN, HR VLAN, and the native VLAN. Now, what I did not do was shut down the VLAN 1. That's what I think I did not know. I don't remember how to do that. It says it's active, right? And we don't want that, I don't think. How do we shut that down? I did shut down interface VLAN 1. He said, this is only a challenge lab because it has us doing stuff backwards, man. I know, that's so true. That's so true. He copy and pasted that. Big girls need love too. It's for real, man. It's all good, man. What else? Let me look at the solution guide because I don't see how to shut down VLAN 1. I ain't gonna front for y'all. Let's see here. Many of the layer 2 settings do not show in the show run. They are held in the VLAN database. All of the commands are in video though, if you are using these to accompany the book. You have already seen the VTP commands in the previous labs. You would permit 888 in the real world, but don't worry about that for this lab. Okay, fine, cool. So, how did he shut down VLAN 1? That's what I want to know. He did show interfaces trunk. He did show FA01 switch port. But I don't see what he did to shut down interface. There's nothing in the commands here that showed what he did to shut down VLAN 1. Does anybody see what he did to do that? Because it says here, where was it? Task number 5, shut down VLAN 1 on both switches. Does anybody see how he did that? Or how to do that? Excuse me. But Either way, y'all let me know if y'all do find that. We're going to wrap this stream up. This is the lab guide we use. 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net, or there's a link in the description box below. It is an affiliate link, so I do get commission if you get it from there. Tomorrow, we are going to do challenge lab number 9. I'm sorry, challenge lab number 10, which covers DHCP, interface, or inner VLAN routing, and RIP version 2. Am I going to use hardware for that one? I think I'm going to use hardware for that one. I'm going to use it. I'm going to definitely have to cable those up and do that. I haven't used 4 routers in my rack, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I got to make sure I cable that up after work. He said VLAN 1 states to suspend. I've never seen that command before. I'll try that. But he doesn't have that in the solution guide. Let me see. Yeah, he doesn't see what he doesn't say what he did to. Oh, you know what? Did I do that on both sides with the switch port? I didn't do that on both sides. That's the other thing. This right here. I only did it on switch 1. I need to do that on switch 2 as well. Let's do that on switch 2. Boom. Allowed. Boom. Show interfaces trunk. Once I did that, interface VLAN went down. I think that's probably how you do it. No. But it did go down when I did that, though. Let's see. I'm going to switch 1 real quick and see show IP interface brief. Where's VLAN 1? VLAN 1. VLAN 1. Where's VLAN 1? It is admin down. And that is my trunk. So VLAN 1 is admin down, but it's admin down on this one. Show interfaces. Show IP interface brief. He said once you move native VLAN, you can disable VLAN 1. He said, wouldn't it just go to VLAN 1 and shut command? You mean the interface VLAN 1? Because that's what I did. I did do that, and that's what it admin down. But on this side, on switch B, I have it up, down. So maybe that's what you're saying. I got to admin down it. Which I thought that's what this was right here. Probably not. Let me see. I'm going to try what he said. VLAN 1 state suspend. I've never done that before. Global Fibbo, VLAN 1. I don't see how you did. I don't see what you did that there. Oh, I can't even configure VLAN. So, you said VLAN 1 state suspend. I've never done that before, man. Can you do that on this guy? Because he is a server. The other guy is a client. That's why I couldn't do that on him. VLAN 1 state? No. You said VLAN 1 state suspend like this. This is what you said. I've never done that before. I've never seen that before. But he said once you move native VLAN, you can disable VLAN 1. So, in other words, if you go to VLAN 1, well, you just do no VLAN 1, or like to turn it, like, what you got to do? Let me question mark real quick. Oh, right here? No. State. Oh, that is how you do it. Shout out to Jason for that one. No, not Jason. Who said that? Kobe. So you go to the VLAN and then do suspend. Default VLAN may not have its operational states changed. Ah-ha-ha. Could you do that with VLAN 20? I've never seen the state suspend command. That's interesting. Rather interesting. This is why I like going back to the fundamentals. How the fuck I'm gonna be a CCNP if I don't know this shit right here, right? Shutdown. Can you do that? Can you try that? Shutdown. Command is only allowed on VLAN 2 through 1001. You can't do that. You can't do it that way. That's interesting. So we tried state suspend. We tried shutdown. You can't do that to the VLAN 1. And he did say in the book, that's what he said he wanted. He said shut down VLAN 1 on both switches. How do you do that? I would have thought that is how you do it. You go to VLAN and then do shutdown. Didn't know you can do this though, but that's good to know. We can shut down the SVI, which is what I did on switch 1. Let's do it on switch 2, right? So interface VLAN 1 like this, and then shut down like that. That shuts down the SVI, interface VLAN 1. Now it's admin down, right? But if we do show VLAN brief, the layer 2 VLAN is still active. The layer 2 VLAN 1 is still active. We want to change that to what shut down. Can you do that? Configure terminal, VLAN 1. I can't do anything because he's a client. He's a client. Something else I wanted to point out too is that we didn't have to create those VLANs on this switch, right? Because of VTP. Switch 1. Can you shut it down still? VLAN 1. Shut down. Yeah, you can't do that. That's interesting. He said, when I try VLAN 1, then shut down, I get command is only allowed. Yes, I did too, Kobe. I did too, man. And he said, exit. What about after you change native VLAN to something other than VLAN 1? Are you asking Kobe that? But our native VLAN right now is 888. We can verify that with show interface FA101 switch port native VLAN 888. That is the trunking native VLAN. What if we go to another switch? I mean another port. Show interface. Let's say FA102. What is his? Yeah, see his default VLAN is 1. Access VLAN 1 is by default for them. What else did they do to make that the native VLAN? That is what he did. He just went to that interface and did what I did. Switch port, trunk, native VLAN, and then 888. That's all he did. He didn't do much different. I don't see how to shut down the default VLAN, but I would have thought that's good to know that command right there that you showed us, Kobe. State suspend, and also the shutdown command. Okay, fair enough. The solution has nothing about VLAN 1, which is really annoying. Very true. Agreed. That's why I was like, you know what? I left that part out because I didn't know how to do it. Apparently, Paul Brown don't know how to do the shit either because he didn't put it in a VLAN. I mean, in the solution guide. So it is what it is. But I think that is how you do it. You go to the VLAN and type in shutdown. But like Kobe said, it only works through VLANs 2 through 1001. So like when we did this right here, global config mode, VLAN, I don't know, let's try VLAN 20. I'm gonna shut that one down just to see. VLAN 20, shut down. Now that one is shut down. And if we do show VLAN brief, we have VLAN 20 is shut down. But it does say ACTL shut. So what the fuck is that? Those are active. That's shut down. And VLAN 1 is still up. So, and we tried that on VLAN 1 and we got that one error. This right here. So you can't do that on VLAN 1. Woo! That's it for me, man. Tomorrow, yeah. Challenge lab number 10, man. Make sure you got EvenG. Or no, I wouldn't use EvenG. Use GNS3 or hardware. And just get 2 switches, 4 routers, and we should be good to go, man. Is that all we're gonna do tomorrow? Let me see. That's a pretty big lab. It's got 9 tasks. That's a pretty big lab. I think that's all we're gonna do tomorrow. And then if I have time to do a Freestyle Friday, we'll do that and mix all of those topics up, technologies up, and try to come up with our own topology. That is how we really learn, when we start creating our own network. So for now, comment, like, subscribe to the network. Join the Discord server. I'm gonna put the Discord server in the chat.